Let's get ready to grumble!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Royal Grumble. Happy birthday! I forgot to bring cake. I'll level with you. I heard you request a cake. I forgot to bring it. I was actually going to.
What, for my birthday?
No.
For the anniversary of
your birthday. For the happy birthday of the Royal Grumble. We're 2 years old. You can start to talk and everything.
But before we get going, I do have one thing to do. I swore last week. On the Indies episode, I swore. And I wanted more coins to make it sound more good for audio, but it's just a solid pound coin.
Solid pound coin. Listen to it drop. There you go.
No, you're not getting that back. Do you know that?
No, he's not.
I mean, it's in his flat, though, isn't it?
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, that's true. Right. Yes. Welcome to the Royal Grumble.
I'm Daryl, by the way.
I was about to do that.
All right.
I'll be raiding it when Miss Macabbit kicks in.
You are just two awful hosts. I want you to know that. Right. This has been a nightmare for 2 whole years. It's been awful. Really terrible.
I think I'm all right at hosting.
I miss Danny. I miss Chris. I miss all the other people. Did we have anyone else on the show?
No.
Well, this isn't really awkward if we did, is it? Do we have anybody else on the show? F that guy.
I miss that guy as well. Right, yes. This is the official wrestling-based podcast of WeAreNiche.com.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. That's a real thing. That's a real thing right now. That's what we're doing. We're moving up in the world. We've got partners. We've got friends. That means that you've got at least one friend now, Daryl.
Oh, man.
No. Yes. This is Daryl. Hello, Daryl.
Hello.
Happy post-WrestleMania Royal Grumble birthday.
This is the grumble after WrestleMania, isn't it? There's an international flavour.
You might find that some people behave differently. Dan's going to deride indie wrestling. Daryl's going to talk about Japan. But they're all having fun. They're having fun, aren't they? Dan's having fun. Hi, Dan.
Hi, I've got a beach ball.
Dan's throwing a beach. Actually, no, I don't condone beach balls. Stop it with the beach balls. All right, just it's funny once. Just pack it in.
And it was funny the other day when it happened because it's been banned for a while, and then it was the yay, boo, yay.
Yeah, is it funny though, or is it? Look, I brought 5 beach balls. I literally went to a beach shop to get myself noticed on telly.
They went to Hogan's beach shop.
Do you think if they try and get a beach ball into the event in Saudi Arabia, the culprit will get his hands chopped off?
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Believe that's what happens.
Depends if it's a man or a woman.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, because a man will get his hand chopped off. A woman.
This is your fault. You've brought this upon our show, right?
What do you mean?
Well,
gender equality in the Middle East.
Look what he's doing. He's politicizing it again. What have you done? Right. Yeah. Greatest Royal Rumble. 50 people. They're going to have all the titles, but none of the women's
titles. The greatest Royal Rumble.
So I said the greatest Royal Rumble.
I think you've got to accentuate the greatest.
Is that basically to make it clear that it's not a proper Royal Rumble?
Yeah, because it's the greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it's not. It's differentiating it, isn't it? Think Alberto Del Rio's going to be in it?
No.
You said on the show the other day that we had to talk about that now. Alberto Del Rio left Impact. That's the end of us talking about Alberto.
After no showing the TNA Lucha,
he's just the
Impact
worst,
Lucha Underground show.
He's pretty bad. Speaking of which, Paige here. She's had a busy week, hasn't she?
She's been all over WWE TV.
She haunts my dreams. Paige here.
For me, it's that little pause at the start where she's just waiting for somebody behind the camera. You're like when Dan points at you when to start talking.
Yeah,
it's a bit like that. They've left that bit in.
Yeah, she's waited a little bit longer, hasn't she?
Yeah.
You almost hear her inhale, and she goes, "Paige here, hello. I've got a film. The Rock's in it."
Yeah, it's not that kind of film.
And the woman and the woman from Lady Macbeth's in it as well. And then there's a bloke who looks nothing like either of my brothers. Because he's got all his teeth.
That weren't me. I didn't say that.
Well, it's not mine.
Don't come and kneecap me, lads.
So, yeah, on Monday she retired. Oh, didn't retire. No, she didn't retire from competition.
Craig David made a stupid video on Sunday. Got memed out on Monday. Retired also on Monday.
It didn't work as well when you got 2 days, does it? So she didn't retire from competition. Did you notice her stop that? She went, no. I retired from performing in the ring for you. But then that was it. That was the end of... No, it wasn't the end. What did she do on Tuesday? Paige week.
Got a new job.
Got a new job. What's a new job?
On Tuesday.
I'm the GM of SmackDown. I got Daniel Bryan's job and chilled on Sunday. Paige here. Yep. Sweet. That was good. We'll come back to more stuff on Raw and SmackDown later on. But did any other wrestling events? You talked about some wrestling events on Monday. Is there any other wrestling events this week?
Nah,
it's all the big wrestling events from Wrestlemania. I haven't brought the sample, so I'm going to sing it. There you go. You got it. Right. What are we going to start off with? What do we always start off with? The NXT Takeover New Orleans show, which was on NXT Takeover New Orleans.
Men.
Yes. Let's start. Takeover. So, best show ever?
I feel like it's going to be said after every NXT show.
Yeah, but
best show of the weekend. Let's put that out there.
Yeah. Well, best show of the weekend. Yeah. I know. I said this last week, but obviously they have more opportunity to be the best show of the weekend, don't they? But that doesn't mask the fact that this was pretty excellent, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know what? I'll agree with you. It was the best show of the weekend.
Yeah, best show of the weekend. Yes. Yeah,
better than Joey Janelli's Spring Break.
Yeah, take that, Gino Ginelli, with your crap ice cream from 1994. There's a reference right there. We're keeping up the modern audience. WeAreNiche.com. Thanks. Cheers. Sorry, I shouldn't do that to you. Right. What was the first match? North American title, 6-man ladder match.
What do we think of the belt?
I like it.
I don't, but it's fine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think if they're going to have every other belt look like every other belt, it should look at least a little bit like those other belts. So whilst it's nice that it's different, I'm not keen on it personally, but that's fine. It's okay.
It looks like something Dusty Rhodes would have held in 1978.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, which is why I don't like it that
Specifically,
much.
It looks almost exactly like the one that Ted DiBiase held in 1978.
Oh, okay.
Genuinely, seriously, it looks very similar to the original Worldwide Wrestling Federation North American title.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened to that title?
Did he get popped in bin?
No, he lost it to Pat Patterson.
Oh,
Do you know what Pat Patterson did? Do you know where Pat Patterson took it?
Oh, did he unify it in Rio de Janeiro?
Unified it, yeah, with the South American title, which he totally had and was a real thing. In Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Yeah.
So this is like the time when they had the Undisputed title, then they brought the world title back, innit?
A bit like that.
In a way.
In a way, except in a more real way, not at all.
No,
not at all.
Somebody interviewed Triple H with one of them Facebook things or something. He was doing some press.
He did it after, or he did a Facebook thing after the takeover, but he might have done it something
This was before takeover,
Okay,
because he revealed the belt, and then there's people who asked him about the belt, and somebody asked him about the lineage of the belt, and he basically like shut him down, rightfully so, and was like, mate, that belt was like 30 or 40 years ago. Like, just because it looks similar and it's got a similar name, don't mean that they share the same lineage.
Yeah, plus, there's always someone who wants the lineage in it.
Yeah.
Plus, it's the NXT North American title.
Yeah.
But you know who's held by?
No.
Adam Cole, baby!
I think I predicted this.
You did, I think, actually. Yeah, you probably did. But then this match had all sorts of people in it. It had Lars Sullivan, who's very interesting, Ricochet,
Killian
Dane, who Dan, I think, predicted would be the breakout star of the match.
He was going to steal the show, but he didn't.
Yeah, he didn't really, did he? But that's not your fault. We don't blame you for it.
It was more Ricochet and...
Ricochet, sort of. I'll get back to Ricochet in a minute. Adam Cole, Bay, and Velveteen Dream.
Yeah, is that all of them?
I feel like it's not. Eh?
EC3.
Oh, EC3. I completely forgot EC3.
Derek Bateman was in
which, considering like he's trying to kill himself every 5 minutes, was like, he was lobbing himself all over the shop.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a neck now, so he should be careful.
Yeah, he's got it for how long after he does this? I actually watched this live. This is the only NXT match I watched live.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, very much. Yeah, it was cracking.
Yeah.
Yeah, great bunch of lads. Yeah. EC3 lobbing himself about. Ricochet going, that's usually my job. I lob myself about, doing little flips and that.
Yeah, I didn't really think much of Ricochet, to be honest, in this one match.
Yeah, I don't... well, I guess we'll just see where he goes from here onwards. I think it's an odd... For as much as like you might say, oh, it's really good debuting him a ladder match, it's an odd placement to debut him, isn't it? You know, he doesn't get a one-on-one match. So you could argue, oh, well, it gives him the chance to spotlight without being the main focus of everything. But do you not want him to be the main focus of everything?
When there's like 6 or 7 people in a match, it's hard to spotlight things.
Yeah.
He was kind of the... he's kind of the Shelton Benjamin of this match, wasn't he?
Yeah, there you go. That's a nice little spot for him. It's a nice little B+ player. Well done, Ricochet. Good start. Welcome to the WWE.
When's he bringing his mama in?
Big fellas. Oh, we gloss over that, please? Can we please gloss over that?
Are we not doing a full episode on it?
Never. You can reference it at another point if you want to. But Adam Cole won. That's what I was bringing. The point is, Adam Cole, baby, won.
He's a tiny man.
He's quite small, but he's got a beautiful face.
Yeah.
Nice eyes.
Yeah.
Like deep blue pools. You'd swim in them.
Are you in love with Adam Cole?
I don't know.
There's nothing wrong with that, but I'm just asking.
Maybe. I mean,
Yeah,
who
he had a
knows?
revelation, and we're fine with it.
Yeah.
Is his whole gimmick just the baby thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just checking.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. As long as I'm not missing anything.
Which is why he's not interested, why he had to win 2 belts.
Yeah. And yet, people quite like him, though, don't they? He's very over for someone that's not that interested.
Wait till he gets to main roster.
Yeah, there is that.
Everyone's over in NXT.
I suppose there is that, isn't there? Yeah. Poor Velveteen Dream. Dan, he was your pick, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Wanting to win. I can't remember who I picked, but it was wrong.
Yeah, we were all wrong.
Yeah.
Apart from
Me.
Daryl, who was... we're all wrong in a way. Yeah, we are all wrong in a way, because even though you were correct about it, you're still very wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's good. But Adam Cole Bay had to pick himself up, didn't he? Because he had another match later on.
Yeah.
He's pulling double duty, baby.
Tag team match because his mate Bobby Fish got injured, didn't he?
Yeah, well done, Fish. Your last name's Fish, mate. Yeah. Popped Fish. Next match. Shayna versus Ember for the NXT Women's title. Shayna Baszler off of MMA and that.
Like off of proper fighting.
Off of proper fighting, off of the 4 horsewomen. The first ones, not the second ones.
One of the things I took from this match was how much Shayna Baszler has improved in a short space of time.
Yeah, I mean, I know it goes without saying because she's obviously been that good, but like she's improved so much in terms of, she really. I know she lives the gimmick anyway because that's been who she is, but like she's something different, isn't she?
Yeah,
you know what I mean, definitely something different about her.
And you've got Ronda on main roster, who you might fear would be kind of similar, but she's gone a different way for it. She's a bit more showy and babyfacey.
One of them's physically capable of smiling. So
yeah,
just saying. That's all.
Ronda were there watching.
She was knocking about
with the other one of the 4 horsewomen.
Jessamine Duke.
Yeah, whatever. Like, where's the 4th one? That's what I want to know.
Probably backstage because she works for NXT as a trainer, as like a medical trainer, and she's Roderick Strong's wife.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that. She were in all the Roderick Strong videos that tried to make Roderick Strong look interesting. I mean, managed to make Roderick Strong look interesting. Oh, good, wasn't it? Shayna won the title. Right result.
Yeah.
Definitely since what happened on Monday, but right result anyway, isn't it?
Yeah.
She's good. Hope she kicks about with that title for a while. I feel they probably will keep her NXT for a while just because there's so many people similar to her on the main roster. Like Ronda's obviously better than her in terms of bringing a real name. They've already got that fake MMA woman,
Sonya Deville.
Yeah, and that sort of fake MMA woman on other one.
Who?
One of the Riot Squad's a bit MMA-ish.
Oh, Sarah Logan.
Yeah.
She was Crazy Mary Dobson before.
Great name.
Death matches and
Is
stuff.
she related to Crazy Steve?
No,
she's married to one of the War Raiders.
Yeah.
Oh, is she? Oh my, yeah. Dear me. Not a smooth name, that is it?
No.
I get that they wanted to change it.
Guys, it's the War Raiders. Who?
Could they not have changed like War? Could they not have been like, mind you, no machines what they needed to get rid of, innit? Could that have been like something Warriors? Don't say road. Don't say it. Don't say road.
I'm not going to say it.
Good.
War Warriors.
War Raid.
Yeah, that's why it's not War Warriors.
Yeah, War Warriors is bad, but War Raiders isn't much better.
No.
It's that double R in the middle.
It should just be the Raiders.
Yeah, but then what about the Oakland Raiders? Soon to be the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah.
By the way, that's when I've decided I'm going to Wrestlemania. When it goes to Las Vegas, which you will.
Why?
Because they're building an American football stadium in Las Vegas.
Okay.
And they want to go to tourist destinations.
Yeah.
And so when they build the stadium and when Las Vegas bids for Wrestlemania and they go to the Las Vegas football stadium, that's when I want to go to Wrestlemania. So
Is it the Fertitas from UFC who's helping build that?
Probably. I mean,
because they've been wanting to get an NFL game for a while.
Formerly of UFC.
Yeah, they've had more to the point. They've sold their company and gone, that's your problem now, suckers.
Yeah, we brought in all the drug testing. See you later.
Yeah, so long.
He did what to a bus? Don't care.
What's that? Your best stars in jail? Oh, bit awkward. I'll see you later. Bye. You might want to phone Vince, see if Brock wants to come back again. Oh, has he failed another drugs? Oh dear. It's all going well. All going well. Yeah, that's when I'm going to WrestleMania next. It's
Yeah.
When all they have to do is build a stadium, finish the stadium, bid for WrestleMania, get rejected, bid for WrestleMania again, get accepted, hold the WrestleMania, and I have to have enough money to go.
Are you going to take little Mo Farouk?
Yes.
Okay.
Considering he'll be in his teens by then.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. By the time I can afford to do it, he'll be that age.
He'll be in his teens and he'll be militant.
What? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I completely forgot he's a member of the Nation of Domination for a second. I was like, "What are you saying about my child? Are you going to radicalize him?"
No, I am.
Oh, obviously you are. Speaking of militant, AOP, they wear like military gear. I've brought it back on topic. Authors of Pain versus the Undisputed Era versus Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong for for both the titles and the little trophy.
Yeah, the Dusty Classic.
The Dusty Classic. Bit unfair, isn't it, for the old the Undisputed Era? Like, oh, here we are. We only done one match, and we can win the trophy. Then we're even in the tournament. Get your work done, lads. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Tiny Man had to have a second match, didn't he? So.
Yeah. Well, it's only because Thingy, what's his face, got injured, innit?
Robert Fish.
Robert.
Yeah.
Imagine if your real name's Robert Fish. That'd be good. Right, so yeah, they won, didn't they?
Yeah, because Roderick Strong decided he wanted to be part of them. So he could have won the tag belts because Pete Dunne had one of the Authors of Pain pinned.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yep.
Yeah. So they could have won the tag belts, but he decided, no, I'll break up the pin and chuck me mate off of Undisputed Era on top to kind of win the tag belts, but not really.
Mm.
Yeah, well, he's one of them now.
Yeah.
One of them.
You can see it slowly putting on the wristband. I'm one of you now.
I'm one of
that
you now.
makes
Yeah,
me
well,
interested.
Yeah, exactly.
For me, the logic of it's not right because he's gone through the whole match, then turned on his partner.
Not just the match. Yeah.
and then he didn't even okay it with buddy Adam Cole beforehand. He just grabbed his armband off of him, and then put it on himself. And then Adam Cole looked shocked, like you were expecting it.
Also, the fact that they tried to hire him months ago,
Yeah,
and he said no, and they've been beating him up, and he's been in fights with them and everything for months. It's like, well, you could have saved yourself a lot of bother there, mate.
Yeah, if you can't beat him, join him, though, innit? You know
But
what I
he
mean?
did beat. He was going to beat them.
All right, okay, well, yeah, but if you can't, no, I can't defend it. It's just Roderick Strong trying to make himself look interesting. Look, I've got a wristband now. I've got an armband.
yeah, it's going to help me do backbreakers.
I'm part of the neck. Yeah, now my neck breakers are going to be twice as hard.
Makes my buy and try look tough.
I'm part of the Nexus. I mean, not Nexus, the Undisputed Nexus. No, not the Nexus. The court. No, I'm one of the era. Look at me. Shock the system.
Look, I could do the hand signal too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a little hand signal.
Someone pointed out as well, you know, on the Undisputed Era shirt, it's got their initials above the logo.
Phenomenal.
So it says CFO.
Yeah.
Well, now with Roderick Strong, it's CFOS or whatever the guys are who do all the theme music.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, except the S is the dollar signs. They got that wrong. Anyway, yeah, the Undisputed Era, Steve Jenham, their way into winning. You enjoy that reference, Dan?
I don't get it.
You don't get it? I'm going to explain it to you now. I didn't get it, but it's a fantastic reference. I'm going to explain why.
Okay.
Right. So, off of UFC and that, right, when they used to have tournaments,
Yeah.
right, Ken Shamrock got injured before the final of a tournament ages ago. And because they didn't have any rules in place, the only bloke that was available was a guy called Steve Jenham. So he came in to replace Ken Shamrock, won his fight in the final, and won the tournament, even though he only had one fight. That's what the Undisputed Era did. They Steve Jenham their way to the top. There you go.
That is a good reference.
The Royal Grumble, fantastic content. That's literally the best thing I'll ever do on this show.
Yeah.
And I stole it from someone else, so there you go.
Do you want to give it all up now then?
Don't want to give it all up. No, I want to keep all the credit for myself.
Okay.
Did anyone else think after this that this might mean we get British Strong Style against the Undisputed Era?
Yeah, and Pete Dunne did post an emoji of the like thinking face and then the picture of British Strong Style, and Trent Seven tweeted them back with the Mustache Mountain like okay thing.
Good, better
So-
do, because like I'm actually quite interested in that, isn't it?
Yeah, when they start doing stuff with UK guys, that'll be good, won't it?
I've just thought, like, can you imagine like the way I've just described that, and we just kind of went, yeah, that's fine and stuff. They kind of set up an angle using emojis.
Yeah, that's a bit sickening, isn't it?
That's the world we're in.
Yeah, but they're like vegans or whatever, so they're all new age or whatever. You know what I mean? Like,
Is that what New Age is that?
I don't know if it's new. All I know is that they're more modern than me, and I want to be sick because of it.
Okay.
Because it makes me feel old, innit?
Trent Seven loves cows.
Trent Seven's about my age, isn't he?
He's older than you.
There you go. Oh well, I can see I can
think
still
he's
be a
like
wrestler
37.
then. So like, there you go. You look at like other younger wrestlers who we'll probably reference later on, and you're like, oh, I'm never going to be a wrestler. Will Ospreay, let's whack him in. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, I'm never going to be a wrestler now. But then you look at Trent Seven, he didn't start until about 4 years ago, did he? So it can still happen. And he's got a belly, so it's all right.
Yeah.
If anything, I need to eat more.
I look at Trent Seven and I think I could have been you.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit jealous.
Did you run a highly unsuccessful independent show 10 years ago?
I could have done.
You could have, yeah.
Yeah.
At the Wolverhampton Civic Halls and then not promote it apart from handing out leaflets.
Yeah.
And then refer to the Japanese wrestlers as the Chinese guys.
That wasn't Trent Seven.
No.
Trent Seven ended up being the announcer for the second night because that guy on the first night said that. He didn't endear himself to all the fans who had originally hoped that New Japan were coming. Who knew? Next match. The NXT Championship, Aleister Black versus Andrade Cien Almas with Zelina Vega.
Is she related to Savio?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm lying, she's not. What do you think?
I expected it to be a little bit better than it were. I weren't so overly disappointed, but
I think in terms of the overall show, it might have been like this and maybe the women's title match were the two lesser matches. But on a card without all the other great stuff, this would be the match of the night. I thought it was a really great match, but with everything else around it, it was kind of like, it was almost the breather.
I quite enjoyed it. What I was a little confused about, I don't know if I'm maybe confusing this with the last match, but I'm pretty sure it was this match. You feel like they kept going outside the ring all the time. Like a lot of their moves were like, I'll chuck him out. Oh, was it this match? Maybe it was the next match. I don't know.
They did a lot in this match because it was to
chucking
get
him out the ring,
Zelina Vega involved.
Doing a move, but I mean, chucking him out the ring, doing a move on him, and then chucking him back in the ring. I was like, oh, why are you doing that? Just do it in the ring. Faster, innit?
Because Aleister Black can do that, and then after he throws in Andrade, Zelina Vega can do a Hurricanrana to him off the apron.
That was quite good, actually. Yeah. That were all right, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Aleister Black started off with his little moonsault, didn't he?
Yep.
Chuck out that, do a moonsault. We saw him do that.
did we?
Yeah, in Sheffield. Yeah, bloody ICW, innit?
Oh, yeah.
Had a fight with Drew, my boy Drew McIntyre. He was Galloway at the time.
Yeah, he told me to move out of the way.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was kind of him in a way.
Yeah. Because I would have got flattened.
You absolutely would have got flattened, yes. That's the thing that would have happened.
Or I'd have knocked one of them out. One of them things would have happened. I don't want to say which one it would have been, right? But one of them would have happened.
Were you wearing your tap-out gear?
I had my tap-out pants on. Somebody were getting knocked out that night. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think we need to specify who would have been knocked out.
No,
You're right,
I mean, there were two of them. Let's be real.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Which means double the chance.
Yeah, exactly.
Double the chance that you can knock.
And I've got two hands, so...
There you go. Any man with two hands is a fighting chance.
Exactly.
Good. Yeah, that's good. So,
Oh, he's got to read it out.
It's just a photo. So I don't know how to read out a photo. Sorry, this is if you've never listened before, the rule is if anyone's phone goes off during the broadcast, we've got to read out the... it's just shave the beard off. That's it.
Oh.
Yep. It's my wife. I'm not kidding. She doesn't listen.
I'll read a message out.
Please don't.
No, let me read a message out that my girlfriend sent to me, right?
Good.
Because
What's the type of top quality personal content you get on the
well, yeah, why not? Because I thought it gives you an insight into my life.
Exactly.
So, other day, I left her in bed when I went to work, and I arrived at work, and the message I received was, you rolled over to me last night and said that I was effing frigid, right? Which is a horrible thing to say. wait. And I was asleep, and obviously I don't mean that and whatever. But then, because she knew I was asleep, she thought she'd mess with me and see what she could get me to say back.
Tremendous.
So she said to me, I told you that a war had broken out, and you replied, well, I didn't do it. Then you rolled over and carried on snoring.
Just to complete the triangle.
Phenomenal.
The best message I had this week, I sent my dad a message on Tuesday because it was his birthday.
Yep.
I said, happy birthday. And his response was, thanks, Damien. That's legit. It's right there on my phone.
That's tremendous. That's tremendous.
I don't know anyone called Damien.
Aleister Black won the match. And that's how good this match was.
It was pretty good.
It was all right. It was.
Yeah. I was surprised to see him get the win as well.
It's another one of these funny things where you look back at all these NXT takeovers and you go, "Oh, that match wasn't as good as the other matches." And then if you took it out and chucked it on a different show, it'd be like the best match of the night, like you mentioned before. You're surprised to see him win?
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to win this one because I felt it was a bit soon for Andrade to lose the title.
I thought Andrade the Giant were going to debut on either Raw or SmackDown or 205 or something.
I kind of think that's why they do the title change and stuff sometimes, where it's like, oh, are they going to debut now on Raw and SmackDown?
Yeah.
To create a bit of buzz for him, but they only bring half of him up.
Are they not like teasing dissension in the ranks with him and Zelina though? Like that's the story that they could tell on.
Yeah, because
NXT,
she kind of costed him.
Yeah, well done, love.
After saving him 4 times.
No, that's Thea Trinidad, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
He should have his rematch in Saudi Arabia, so then she can't come, can she?
Oh, well done. Well, yeah. Sorry. All right. She's in the Paige film.
Is she?
Hi, Paige here. She's AJ Lee. Or, as I'm still like slightly wondering if they do, unspecified female wrestler number 2.
I was going to say, like, if you were to look at her, you wouldn't compare her and AJ Lee.
That's why I think they might change the name of the character.
Yeah, but did you not hear the bit earlier when Paige's brother doesn't look like Paige's brother?
Yeah, good point.
That is true.
But then, the other thing, like you mentioned the Paige here thing, I don't know whether the ad was on before NXT as well, because I'm sure I counted 3 times during this pay-per-view.
It was on
Hall of Fame, so you'll have seen it then, and then it was also on NXT, and then it was on Everything Ever. It was on the back of your eyelids.
Oh, that guy that they got to play The Rock looked good though.
Yeah, he was pretty good actually. Yeah, he's pretty accurate. I've
got the mannerisms right, didn't he?
Yeah, it's good that he was there at that house show in Britain, because I hear that is what The Rock does.
Shows up in his
just knocks up at house shows in Britain, in Norwich. Not in Norwich.
Are you being one of these where it has to be 100% factual accurate, or are you going to cry about it? Or are you just saying it for laughs?
Definitely going to cry about it. Definitely.
I mean, if it has to be factual accurate, there's a whole section that's going to be in there that's going to be quite troubling.
Why?
They're not going through every aspect of her life.
No, I don't think it's like, here's when she got bagged by Del Rio.
And here's when she met videoing Xavier Woods. They're not going to do that, are they? That's the bit he were hinting at.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
See it in his eyes.
Oh, can you?
His little seedy eyes, yeah.
There he is. Oh, I've not watched it. I have, though.
I have.
Well, I know you have, but at least you're honest about it. He's like, oh, no.
I haven't.
You have a bit, though.
I've only seen the pictures that got shown.
He's only seen the pictures that he went and found.
There was 2, which is a screenshot of that video and the one of her with the NXT title.
God, I always forget the NXT title. What, they had to change all the belts because of it.
And I'm pretty sure...
and they'll tell you they went.
I'm pretty sure both of those came from Daryl as well. I'm not 100% on that.
Don't blame me.
Right. Well, all of this chatter is unsanctioned, which incidentally the next match was unsanctioned. Unsanctioned match between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa.
Right, Johnny Gargano coming out... No, sorry, Tommaso Ciampa coming out to no music was genius.
That was brilliant. Absolutely... absolutely genius. I can't.
It was a brave move because, like, that kind of crowd, I wouldn't be surprised if they were going to cheer him, but they actually booed him.
No, but these are all right, aren't they? They're not at Full Sail. They're not basically Impact Zone version 2.0, are they?
Yeah, I suppose.
The thing is, like, if you're seeing them every week or every few weeks or whatever, and also if you live in Florida, which is a dumpster state, then, like, you're going to be like, no, it is, though, isn't it?
I don't know.
Well, it's where the Impact Zone was. Do I need to tell you any more? They used to do the Bentley Bounce for Matt Bentley, who used to call himself Michael Shane because he's Shawn Michaels' cousin. Shawn Michaels shaved his hair.
Yeah, I wanted to dedicate this episode to Shawn Michaels' ponytail, but you wouldn't let me do it, would you?
Do you want a moment of silence for it?
Yeah, but he's vaping.
Oh. There you go. Good moment of silence.
Have a bit of respect.
Yeah. You don't respect Shawn Michaels when he's no longer a sexy boy. He's just a boy. I'm just a boy. I wear hats and look like Skinner. Oh, hats and Skinner.
Do you think that this is the moment that Vince realised that he can't have Shawn Michaels back?
Yeah, it definitely.
Do you think he went, Shawn, we need a partner for Braun?
Oh, for God's sake. No, I don't want to do. Okay, Shawn. Shane's appendix is burst. Do you want to cut? I'm gonna shave my head. All right. Okay. Oh, I don't want you back.
In retaliation, he found someone else with long hair to replace him.
What?
Well, for the Braun match.
Oh,
anyway.
the Braun. All right, okay. Well, referencing forward. Are we not talking about the 5-star classic Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa?
It was pretty good.
It was 5-star rated by our best friend in the whole world off of David Stanley Meltzer. Yeah. Yeah, 5 stars. That matters now that there's a 6-star and a 6 1/4 star and 6 and whatever else it is. It's almost like he's ruined his system.
In a way,
almost like that, isn't it?
I think my favourite part of the match was when Johnny Gargano suplexed Tommaso Ciampa on the outside onto the concrete because they'd exposed it, and the crowd all chanted, "You deserve it" at him.
That was quite good.
That was
pretty funny. Although I didn't enjoy the suplex, but I mean, it was all right. That was worse.
That was probably the second best "You deserve it" chant for an awkward moment of all time. The other one was when Miz gave Dean Ambrose the participation award.
Yeah, that was the best one. That would be the best. There's very few times where I'll advocate a "You deserve it" chant, but some of those are actually quite good. Yeah,
when it's used with irony.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
what
There was one over this week that I really hated, but it was on Raw, so we can talk about that later if you want.
Yeah, we will. Don't worry. I know we will. Right? Yeah. I mean, lots of heat for this match. What about the bit? I mean, first of all, referee wasn't wearing a referee's shirt. Thought that was brilliant.
Yeah, but I think that should be new NXT referee's uniform. That black NXT t-shirt with his black gloves on.
I do
like UFC in it.
I do like it, but it was great that he wasn't wearing a referee's shirt. You know, in terms of the context, it's like right. I even interviewed him on the NXT pre-show. You know.
Yeah, Drake Wirtz.
Yes. Asking him, "Oh, you don't look any younger." Ha ha, Bants. But seriously, they interviewed him and said, "What are you going to do?" They basically had one of the panelists go, "Yeah, what's your job? Because they don't need a ref, do they?" He's like, "Well."
With that absolute...
Pete McAfee.
Yeah.
The Twitter feed, right, if you search for Pete McAfee NXT, was just like, "I love Pete McAfee. He's a great fresh air. I hate Pete McAfee. He's awful. Pete McAfee's pretty funny. Pete McAfee really thinks he's funny." That sort of thing.
I'd be quite happy if he died before we release this and we don't have time to re-record it. I've said it out loud.
All right, cracking. There you go, Pete. Good to know you. The spot at the end, then. Let's come on. I know we're sort of
before you fast forward to the end. I just say that there was severe lack of denim in this match for my liking.
But it's unsanctioned. It's not a street fight.
Well, still
different, innit? Different. Like off of when Triple H and Shawn Michaels had an unsanctioned match, and I know Shawn wore the denim, which ruined SmackDown 4. But never mind. You know, I'm over it. It's fine.
Have you forgiven him for that?
No, I haven't. I'll never forgive him for that. For his white t-shirt. Do you know how hard I had to work to unlock his non-NWO attire? It turned out to be him in a white t-shirt and jeans. Sickening. I had to beat all sorts. I think I had to do the slobber knocker mode, which was just beating loads of people. I'm annoying. And 5-star frog splashing him every 2 minutes with RVD. And what was his other attire? White t-shirt and jeans. Damn you, Shaw. I'm glad you shaved your head. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. So lots of stuff around the what's the word I'm looking for?
Crutch.
Crutch is the word. I was about to say clutch. That would have made no sense. Around the crutch, lobbing each other over tables and that, like using concrete. But there was a moment at which I thought, and they did have me for a second. I thought they're actually gonna sit next to each other. They're gonna talk it out. Something's gonna happen here. They're gonna change tact. You know, when Gargano was he's holding the crutch, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And Ciampa's down there, he's sitting on the floor, and it looks like he's going to go in and talk. Because if you remember when Ciampa beat him up, he then came and sat next to him, didn't he? You remember the first time?
Yeah, but that's a callback to the first 205 Live match.
Well, exactly. That's what I was going to say. It's the callback to the Cruiserweight Classic match where they sat next to each other, and back then they were mates, and then they fell out, and I thought, is he going to sit next to him? I wondered if maybe he was going to sit next to him. They were going to talk it out, and then Ciampa was going to like lure him in with it again and get the win that way, but he didn't. He tried.
I think it'd be really, really rubbish if Ciampa had won this match.
Yeah, well, I mean, funnily enough, it actually made the babyface not look stupid, which was quite nice, and he won. Good old Johnny Wrestling. Little wink face. Yeah. He's back in NXT.
I did see someone point out saying there was a bit of unintentional symbolism because of Tommaso Ciampa's eye swelling up. He looked like Johnny Gargano's logo.
That's pretty funny. His eye really did swell up, didn't it? Yeah. This was a cracking match, wasn't it?
Yeah. Was it the greatest NXT match of all time, though?
Well, what would be better?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not. I'm not saying it is. Like, there might be better ones.
There was a blow off to. Do you know when Maxine kidnapped Matt Striker?
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah,
the blow off to that feud I remember being pretty good.
Who did she have a match with? Or was it Johnny Curtis against Maxine?
No, it was Johnny Curtis
What
against
about Derek Bateman against
It was Johnny Curtis against Derek Bateman.
or
I think.
Derek Bateman against Titus O'Neil?
That weren't quite as good, mate.
Right. What about Darren Young, Mr. No Days Off Darren Young against Titus O'Neil?
That's up there.
Yeah.
In the history of NXT.
What about Eli Woodward or whatever he was called? I keep wanting to say Eli Drake, but it's not. Eli off of what's his face? Cottonwood. Eli Cottonwood. What about him?
Yeah, he were good.
What about Skip Sheffield?
No.
No. So this might be one of the best NXT matches of all time. Yeah,
it's up there.
Off of the rubbish, less good NXT.
Yeah. It'll never beat the original NXT.
No, I mean, what will?
Yeah.
Do you remember that time that CM Punk commentated on his future wife and was just really sexist and generally quite bad about the whole show?
Yeah.
I hope someone shows him that back.
Well, when he got married, put it this way, if I were best man at his wedding, that's the video I'd have played.
Yeah, that would
be like, do you remember this?
That was what Colt Cabana. Oh no, they're not mates anymore, are they?
You'd have played that followed by the video WWE posted of his back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, clearly no golf.
And I'd be like, they fired him today.
Yeah, though. That was on his wedding day.
Yeah.
Lovely wedding present. I like to think they sent him it wrapped up in a box. Like, oh, look how late. You son of a. Anyway, we got to talk about WrestleMania, haven't we?
The grandest stage of them all.
Not Granddaddy and them all. It makes it sound old. Jericho was saying that this week. You don't like it. It makes it sound old. The best, the biggest, the 5 hours and 10 minutes that was WrestleMania. Takeover was good. Is WrestleMania any better? We'll find out after this.
Before the renaissance of British wrestling. Before the revolution. Before the progress. There was one company who pushed the boundaries. One company on the lips of British wrestling fans. One of the most controversial companies in British wrestling history. One company bringing pro wrestling dream matches to the UK.
Dearly beloved, we're gathered here tonight to celebrate the life of GRUMBLEMANIA.
The Royal Grumble brings to you the in-depth look at the company that brought them together. The company that brought eyes from around the world to a small town in the north of England. 1PW, version 1, 2005 to 2007. May 6th, 2018. Subscribe now. We do not owe you money.
Paige here, and we're back. We're back on the Royal Grumble. So let's. What's that?
It's the thing you can read out.
Yeah, I had it a minute ago.
Oh, I don't know if you wanted to read it.
Okay, I'll read it out. So we took a little break, and whilst we were there, some stuff got announced. Some things got announced to completely ruin everything we've just been saying for the last half hour. Not really. So the WWE UK Championship tournament's coming to the Royal Albert Hall. Did you know that?
Yes.
I've got tickets.
Daryl's got tickets.
Yeah.
I would like to go. And it's on June the 18th and 19th, which is a Monday and a Tuesday. Cheers, WWE. Great bunch of lads.
So I'm seeing Buddy told Ed Sheeran on the Sunday.
Yeah.
And then I'm seeing WWE Monday, Tuesday. That's all right for me, isn't it?
I'm seeing WWE. So good. So on the Monday, there's a tournament to face the WWE United Kingdom champion Pete Dunne the following night on the Tuesday. But Pete Dunne needs a match, doesn't he?
Yeah.
What's Pete Dunne's match? What's Pete Dunne's match? Anybody? What match could Pete Dunne be having on the Monday night?
Shall I read it?
Cole, baby.
Shall I read it out?
Go on.
The Bruiserweight will also be in action on June 18th, teaming with Mustache Mountain, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven to face NXT's Undisputed Era. This match announcement comes on the heels of Roderick Strong's betrayal of Dunn and subsequent joining of the Undisputed Era at NXT Takeover New Orleans.
Cool.
Yeah, so Daryl's got tickets to go and see that match. Isn't that good? Isn't that good for Daryl?
Yeah. Yay
good.
me. Go
Well,
me.
Yay, Daryl. Aren't you a lucky one?
It's pretty cool.
In addition to Dunn's title defense against the tournament winner, the event on Tuesday, June 19th, will feature 3 NXT Championship matches, including an NXT North American Championship match, an NXT Women's Championship match, and an NXT Tag Team Championship match. So Shayna Baszler will be there as well.
Yep. Yeah, because Undisputed Era were already there the night before.
Yeah.
So do you know the funny thing is Chicago Takeover is only a few days before that.
Is it?
And yet it really reads like they're going, probably not going to be any title changes before then, though, are there? Because we've already brought the 3 of them over. So
Yeah.
why not? I wonder if Shayna Baszler might face a UK-based woman. What if it's Kaylee Ray?
Yeah, could
Or
be.
any one of the others from the UK tournament that they did. Could be
I
Piper
like-
Niven.
I like that WWE and NXT have cottoned on to the great promotional tactic that is just put British strong style against people.
Yeah.
Because that's Fight Club Pro's half of their business model now.
They've also cottoned on to the very British promotion tactic of putting WWE on the logo, on the poster, and hoping that it sells. Except in this case, it actually is WWE. How likely do you think it is that people are going to be buying tickets to this, thinking it's a like John Cena and Roman Reigns and all them show?
Have they actually said it's a WWE UK show or is it WWE?
They've said it, but where I bet the Royal Albert Hall isn't absolutely like rushing to go, it's the WWE UK, not the proper WWE off of like Roman Reigns and his mates.
I mean, all I'm saying is it's your own fault. If you bear in mind how much tickets are, the cheapest tickets are about 50 quid.
It's just very expensive.
Yeah, which is why I got the cheapest ones.
Yeah.
The cheapest one's about 50 quid. And if you're going to spend that amount of money, bear in mind if you're a parent taking your child, you're going to spend 50 quid on yourself and then 50 quid on them. And you don't research a little bit. I know a card weren't announced beforehand, but a little bit of research, you find out that it's a UK show. You can't be disappointed if John Cena's not there.
How are you justifying charging 50 quid for what you could see at Progress for 20?
I would say like most of the roster I'll have seen at Fight Club Pro over the last few months for 15 quid.
Yeah, but you had to go to Wolverhampton for that, mate. So
Yeah.
it's the real winner here.
So I think you've answered part of your question there, is that it's the prestige of the Royal Albert Hall, in it for a little.
Actually, joking aside, I genuinely think a lot of it must be the cost of the Royal Albert Hall.
I imagine so, because Blackpool weren't that expensive.
No, exactly, and Norwich wasn't that expensive either.
No.
So it's a lovely venue, fantastic, but clearly adding a lot of cost.
Yeah, and I am only going because I'm already in London. I won't make a journey to London and then spend like £200 on 2 lots of tickets.
Well, yeah. So you usually spend that in Donny, don't you? Front row for 1PW.
Mate, right. Firstly, I didn't pay for a single 1PW ticket because I were in back double charging your credit card. I don't know money. For legal reasons. For legal reasons, I actually wasn't doing that.
No, he really wasn't. But find out on May 6th what he actually was doing.
Yep.
You'll find more information about it further on. Anyway, enough of that. Stop talking about all these things and start talking about the best show ever, WrestleMania 34.
Okay.
Was it the best show ever?
There was a certain point where I was thinking, oh, this is actually pretty good. And then
Really good.
Then it sort of fell off a cliff.
I think it was, so we didn't watch, well, you watched it live.
Yeah, I watched it live. I live tweeted.
We watched it as a group.
Royal Grumble Pod on Twitter.
Yep.
We watched it as a group the next day.
I live tweeted for a little while as well. Daryl and I's live tweets were like conflicting with each other. Because like there was one where I went, oh, I'm glad that Dolph Ziggler's gone. Daryl's just F-dog.
Well, there's no swear box on Twitter, so
No.
I had to
You got to get him in there. Yeah, go on, Dan.
But yeah, we started watching it at about 5:45. It was around 9:30 when I noticed the energy in the room had started to dip quite dramatically. As Danny Glover was falling asleep on the floor and all sorts of stuff.
We had a Royal Grumble pizza party, didn't we? One of
Yeah.
our legendary pizza parties. One of our legendary Satan parties. One of our legendary tofu parties. That's what we had. We had a
Yeah.
little Royal Grumble
Tofu.
tofu Satan pizza party.
Good old tofu.
It was good. Well, yeah. So yeah, very much a show of two halves. But let's start off. Well, do you count this as the first half, or do you count this as like the little the little appetizer, the pre-show.
But yeah, I watched it from the start of the pre-show, and I still counted this as making it as it being all right.
Fair enough.
And I usually hate the pre-show, but I think because it had the battle royals, I was like, it was like
All right, just a bit of a laugh. wasn't it?
yeah.
I mean, the first hour of the pre-show was long and drawn out. Wait until you got to the matches. But once the matches happened, it was fine.
Actually, I didn't mind it because I've not seen all the build-up. I've seen clips and stuff like that, and obviously all this was clip form, but my girlfriend, who don't watch wrestling really that much, has seen no build-up, but she was interested in Ronda Rousey. So the fact that it had all the build-up to everything, so she didn't have to ask questions to it, so why is he fighting him, or why is this? It says, oh, he's fighting him because of this, and you get all the build-up. For people like that, bear in mind, there's a lot of them that watch WrestleMania, like, I think it were all right, actually.
Yeah, I enjoyed the pre-show. Plus, also it had the first match on. So the way the pre-show works is, and it doesn't seem to get very well publicized, and I'm not entirely sure why. The first hour of the pre-show is on everywhere, YouTube, like I don't know, Instagram, whatever else. Like I don't know what else I think it's on Facebook Live. They show that everywhere.
Yelp, tout.
Yeah, why not? Yes, definitely tout it out. The second hour,
Telewest Digital.
NTL.
Yeah.
Come on. The second hour, in addition to being on the WWE network, all right, CompuServe, AOL. There you go. The second hour was also on
I've
the US.
just tried to think of other.
Yeah, there
ones
aren't
now.
anymore. That's it. That's all the media outlets ever. The second hour,
We're like Vic and Bob and another one, aren't we?
a little bit like that. Yeah, you're the other one. The second hour was on the USA network.
All right.
So actually, Cruiserweights got on telly, didn't they? Well done, lads.
So they're getting some sort of check.
In a fashion, yeah.
I mean,
also they got closer to the proper show than Austin Aries and Neville did. So well done, and some people were there. So well done, lads. Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
Talking about people being, they were quite full, weren't it, for this? When usually the pre-show's not full at all. But I thought it was
Yeah,
fair.
a lot of people
yeah.
arrived. Like a couple of people I've heard said that a lot of people just got there early. Were actually genuinely interested to be there
I think
early.
this year there wasn't really much going on outside of the venue this year, whereas at previous WrestleManias there's been shows like on the afternoon of WrestleMania and stuff still. Whereas this year no indies really ran Sunday and Access didn't really have much going on. They kept everything really.
We didn't go to Access on the Sunday of WrestleMania, did we? Because that was going to be our second one. It was like, we'll be there already. And then it was like, can you be bothered? No, definitely not. Or do you want to go and meet all the wrestlers that aren't there? No, I don't. I don't want to go and meet.
I imagine the wrestlers you meet on the Sunday, the ones that aren't on the WrestleMania card, are just miserable.
Yeah, I imagine
Like,
now, yeah.
Because all the mates are over at stadium, like
And they're
taking
also
selfies on stage. You're, oh, look, I'm going to be on WrestleMania. All my family's here.
Either that they've got fresh surgery scars and a killer addiction.
And they've got to sign for sweaty virgin marks.
And they're hungover. Brilliant. And they're hungover from the Hall of Fame.
What? A lot of wrestling fans stink.
Right, well, I mean, we do.
They do.
We wash, though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying a lot of them smell.
Why? Why are you saying?
But they do.
Why are you saying? No, but that's not an answer to my question.
I'm saying it because the wrestlers are miserable
Right.
because because they're smelling the bodily odor of these virgin marks.
What? Why is that relevant? Oh God!
Because they're mad about it, aren't they?
Mad about just not being on.
And I don't want to meet the Marty wrestlers that are mad about that.
I imagine, like, you know how they always have higher tier signings. I imagine like the higher tiers on the Sunday, and we should know because we should have gone, but we didn't. The higher tiers are like Flair and like Sting was one year. Undertaker was a year when he was injured. This year it was supposed to be Dean Ambrose, but he had to go more surgery. And then like I imagine, but you know how there's always lower grade people as well, so they're usually like upper mid carders or lower mid carders. This time it must have been like all the cruiserweights and like Pat Patterson and I don't even want to say Gerald Briscoe. Like
if Patterson and Briscoe were at the same booth, I'd go. But if they're
Classy
separate
Freddie
booths, what's the
Blassie
point?
and all the other legends that weren't real legends that they had to call legends when all the legends went to WCW.
Oh, yeah.
Like Ernie Ladd. Ernie Ladd, one of them? That's
Yeah,
probably one of
Ernie
them,
the big
isn't it?
cat lad, yeah.
Any lad, Vince McMahon's favourite ever NFL player.
Yes, yeah. Him and Wahoo McDaniel.
Yeah.
Well done, Vince. Vince loves football. Can't wait to start the XFL. So yeah, the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal was won by Woken Matt Hardy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit of assistance from his brother. Oh, no, not his brother, Jeff. No, he didn't get on WrestleMania. Well done, mate.
With a beret.
He knew he'd come. Wonderful.
Yeah, so it was down to Matt Hardy and Baron Corbin, weren't it? I think. And then Bray Wyatt entered.
Showed up.
Yeah. Which I was a bit confused because I thought he'd entered himself in the match. So
Well, I think they were a little bit confused as well because as soon as Baron Corbin gets lobbed out by Matt Hardy, they turn to face each other. And it's not that long, but there's a noticeable pause before the bell rings.
Yeah.
And it's like, and here is the winner, Matt Hardy. We just corroborated that Bray Wyatt wasn't a participant. The commentators definitely didn't know.
That was more Paul Bearer than Matt Hardy.
Oh, yes! From the urn.
He's dead.
Yeah, I know.
R.I.P.
He died before the WrestleMania we went to. So CM Punk did a whole feud based around the urn. Just remember that, CM Punk, were you trying to take moral high ground over people?
I really like that feud.
Why? He spent 4 weeks going, oh, Paul Bearer's dead. Ha ha, Bants.
Oh, I really liked it.
Could have been better though, couldn't it?
Going back and watching it.
Well, don't take moral high ground on.
Are you mad because CM Punk's going to win a fight in UFC?
Is he going to win a fight though? He's having a fight with Michael Jackson, not that one.
I wonder if we can do a Ladbrokes or Paddy Power bet where it's just odds on him getting a significant strike.
Oh, I wonder.
Yeah, but this bloke's got same MMA record that he has.
Yeah, except CM Punk's been training for 3 years and this bloke's been mostly being the reporter that he is. Imagine that. Oh, you know how you do reporting? Could you come back and be an MMA? We'll do it in Chicago. Just go easy on him. You can do that little punch he did, where it looks like he's punching through jelly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All his punches. That's right. Where's Mickey Gall these days? Who knows? You talked about him on Monday. Anyway, so Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy are together now, aren't they?
Yeah.
Little mates.
Yeah.
He's been cleansed of Sister Abigail.
He's actually interesting, Bray Wyatt. Not hugely interesting because he's not really changed a lot, but the fact that he's gone from like, I am the darkness and the light, man. I'm all the people, and to like, wonderful. I'm all right with it.
Do you think Bray Wyatt has a tattoo somewhere that says
Yes.
realize, realize, realize?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Good reference, mate.
I don't get it.
No, neither do I. Let's just move on.
You know
205 Light. Yeah.
I don't want
Why? Don't do it.
Because he brought it
The
up.
show's already nearly an hour
I
long.
don't care. What?
we're doing-
Real eyes,
Yeah.
realize, real lies.
I mean, for the listeners, what you've done there is repeated yourself.
Oh no, I tried to
No, he
enunciate
changed the
words well.
inflection. I understood.
Yeah.
If you can't get it, then
No, I
it's
don't get
It's
it.
in a triangle with
Go back to Pokemon
Illuminati
Go.
logo.
Right, we're got Cruiserweight Championship match.
Okay.
It's Cedric Alexander against Mustafa Ali.
The Winter
for the
Soldier.
What?
Was he supposed to be Winter
Oh, he had
Soldier?
his little flash in there. Quite
No, it was meant to be Iron Man.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he had. He had a thing on his chest.
DJZ's helmet.
He was all black though. It was weird.
He definitely. Right, Dan.
The collar.
Cut that.
The collar.
That's one to use for later.
The collar of his gear was black. Not the colour of his skin, because in fact he's not a black man. And the fact that you two think that makes you racist, not me.
Anyway, on his gear, he had the circle on the chest that Iron Man has for his little light thing in his chest, and he had a little light thing on his hand, like Iron Man shoots out of his hand.
Right, but it's not red though, is he? So who is he? He's not red.
I just
Who
want
is
to
he?
point out as well.
War Machine, isn't he? It's War Machine.
I just want
It's
to
War
point out.
Raiders.
Well timed.
I just want to point out in the first episode is when Graham couldn't tell the Usos apart as well. 2-year anniversary.
I'm still not 100% sure. Cedric Alexander won. He is actually black. He won with the top rope lumbar check. He definitely did.
I don't remember.
No, he definitely won.
I
Anyway.
were too busy making racist chants at the screen. I feel like I'm saving you, mate.
Right.
Yeah,
cheers.
I would be terribly racist.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're all right. You
Cheers, mate.
good friend.
You have to give me a minute.
Good. That's fine. We don't want you to talk anyway.
Talking
Right,
of being racist, Naomi won the women's battle royal, didn't she? Not only am I racist, I'm a sexist as well.
Brilliant. She was under the
I
ropes.
came so close to my prediction coming right.
Oh,
for that.
he's twice he's mentioned this now.
Why? What was
So
your prediction?
Oh,
What was your
he
prediction?
He predicted what happened before Naomi turned up.
Oh, so you didn't.
He
predict it?
predicted, like literally everyone else did, that Bayley would turn on Sasha.
Oh, okay.
Eliminate her to win it, but she didn't win
She
it.
didn't win, so you were wrong.
Yeah.
Unlucky. I bet you wish she hadn't been under the ring as well. Or do you want to keep her there, racist? Anyway, let's carry on.
Into the hot box.
She didn't. What?
What?
I'm sure that's a reference that we don't get. But let's.
Django Unchained.
Oh, I understand it now.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want me to explain the reference? Or
No, 100% no.
Because wait, I'm not going to explain it, but you said into the hot box.
Yeah,
Imagine putting somebody in a hot box.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think I understand.
Yeah.
Please stop. Naomi won. She didn't do her feel the glow bit really though, did she?
No.
She was also one of the ones that didn't get an intro.
She was also one of the ones who one of the predictions we made on the show when we did the prediction show that they'd get Kid Rock to perform them out. Kid Rock wasn't actually there, but they played Kid Rock for them to come out to the ring to, much like the first ever women's battle royal at WrestleMania 25.
Yeah, I don't know if you would want to be mentioning Kid Rock in front of Daryl though, and we'll be getting to that later on. So the show proper Intercontinental title triple threat match started off. This is a good opener, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Seth Rollins against The Miz against Finn Balor.
Right, so Finn Balor's entrance when he brought all gays out and that.
Yep.
Do you think he did it to upstage Kenny Omega? Because the only gay he brought were his Buddy Golden lover.
No. You didn't listen to the Ring of Honor commentary, did you? No, they're not gays. They're just very good friends.
Do you think AJ Styles was spinning in his Bullet Club grave?
Damn it, I'm not
The
part of
Balor
this.
community.
I'm not part of this anymore. I noticed, by the way, that t-shirt he sold, which says "For Everyone," still has OVER capitalized.
Yeah.
He's really bitter about that over thing, isn't he? He's really mad about it.
Oh, it might be, but I don't think he gets to say what his t-shirt says.
Well, he must do though, mustn't he?
Why?
There must be an element of this. Come on, you're not telling me that they just capitalize the word over for no reason. He'll have had it. I think he was. Yeah, joking aside, I think he's genuinely been had a lot of input into that t-shirt.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's a big deal for him.
Okay.
Including the OGBC one as well.
Yeah.
Well, that one as well, but like that one's not like representing the pride community, is he?
No.
LGBT, isn't it?
LGBTQ.
Yeah, no, LGBTQ. You forgot Q.
What's Q?
Queer.
Yeah, it is.
Is that not a slur?
No, not if
Is it not?
they've reclaimed it.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like Jew. It depends on the inflection.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
If you say it, it is.
So can I?
No, you can't. I'll stop you right there. No, you can't. On all of those rules, no, you definitely can't. Seth Rollins was a White Walker, wasn't he?
Yeah, you didn't like this, did you?
I didn't see him take his contacts out.
I thought his contacts were nice, but I thought actually after that, when you couldn't see his eyes, it just looked a bit like he had a crappy grey school uniform.
Also, it reminded me of the time when Roman Reigns wore blue contacts in an attempt to look more like babyfacey, I guess.
Did he?
Yeah, there was a period where he wore blue contacts.
Did he?
Yeah.
Is that a real thing? Is he lying?
Yeah, it was around the Sheamus stuff.
Yeah, I vaguely remember something about this.
Fair
Yeah.
enough. I don't remember.
Because
I
it was
believe
that
you.
thing, I'm sure we had a conversation like, did he always have blue eyes? And we figured out it were contacts, and then he stopped wearing them randomly because they realised it made no difference.
Fair enough.
Can you imagine Vince's mentalness when he's like, "Oh, the reason they're not cheering you, Roman, is because your eyes aren't blue. Austin had blue eyes. You need to have blue
It's
eyes."
definitely that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Austin even have blue eyes?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
It does.
All right. Oh, he's looking into Austin's eyes, isn't he? He's like,
Oh, hello.
"Ooh."
Oh, show
right,
me
hey.
your Texas rattlesnake.
Careful, right? Come on, Finn Balor's here with the For Everyone. Don't be having a go.
In all seriousness, though, it is a bit all right, isn't it?
I'm actually quite-
That he got them all on stage and that.
Very pleased, yeah, genuinely. Do you think they'll do that in Saudi Arabia? What? Well, I don't know. No.
Maybe they'll do it as like
They'll gather them in a pit and stone them.
Oh God, they probably will.
It'll be a honeypot situation. You know,
Oh.
yeah, do your entrance again.
Saying it.
And then police come out.
Oh, he's saying it. What's he doing? Right, Seth won the title. He's now a Grand Slam champion. That's important for some reason.
And
Miz
all
sent the
members of
Miztourage to the
Shield.
back.
Yeah.
He's doing a weird thing where he's like not a proper heel anymore, isn't he?
But I'd quite liked it if he sent him to back and won, I think.
Yeah.
Because he sent him to back and lost, so what did that prove? It proved that you need him to win, doesn't it?
Yeah, but that's...
But if you want to turn him into not a real heel anymore, surely you want him to not have to need them.
Do you think they're not a real heel thing is because they've got that USA show that's coming up?
What's that, mate?
Miz and Mrs.?
I didn't know about that.
Genuinely, there's a reality
Okay.
show coming up for the
Yeah.
USA, which is the Miz and Maurice, and it's called Miz and Mrs.
Possibly.
I'm guessing that's the only reason I can come up with, because otherwise, why would you? What's the point?
Yeah.
So I don't think he'll go face in that. I think he'll still be a heel, but I think they'll have him do some nice things, and then on Miz and Mrs. it'd be like, "Oh, I'm such a good husband. Here I am," and she's like, "Oh, John. I mean, Miz. Hello." It's good. Bit ironic that, isn't it? They were like, oh, look at Total Bella's making stuff up. Oh, you want to give us a show? Yes, please. Good opener, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a really
About
entertaining
20,
opener.
25 minutes, just the right time.
It was actually 15 minutes 30 seconds.
Really?
I don't know if Wikipedia's true, but
Okay.
I'm getting my time.
I guess that's
Wikipedia.
including all the introductions and stuff. But felt just the right time, though.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, next, the SmackDown Women's Championship was on the line.
Yeah.
The winner of the Women's Royal Rumble,
Asuka
versus Charlotte Flair. Now,
are we going to talk about her entrance?
we are definitely going to talk about her entrance. Are we going to talk about the fact that when they inevitably do the WWE 25 documentary, or the WWE 24 WrestleMania New Orleans documentary, they're going to spend about 5 minutes going,
4 years ago, Charlotte was on my chair, on my throne, and she's come full circle because now she's in New Orleans, and now she's on the throne, and she's the queen, and
that's what's definitely going to happen.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's Triple H's last tweet he made, verbatim. Like,
I think it actually pretty much is, isn't
But
it?
do you think that Riddick Moss, Tito Sabatelli, and whoever the other guy was it Buddy Murphy?
I don't know.
Do you think they'll have careers that match?
I think there was
Alexa
4
Bliss?
of them, so...
Yeah.
No.
No, that none of
No.
them will.
First of all, one of them's called Riddick Moss. That sounds like a character from a 90s action film.
Chronicles of Riddick.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Was that 90s?
I don't know.
Probably. It sounds like that, yeah. Tino Sabatelli sounds like a pizza owner.
Yeah.
Just saying.
That should be his gimmick.
Should it? I don't think you can do that anymore.
Why?
Well, Apu.
What?
Have you seen the thing about the problem with Apu?
No, what's the problem with the
Right, you know Apu off of The Simpsons?
Yeah.
There's been a whole furore this week because there was a documentary called The Problem with Apu, which basically says it postulates the possibility that maybe it's not a great thing to have a stereotypical Indian shopkeeper who's voiced by a white man. And this week The Simpsons responded to it. Yeah, this week The Simpsons responded to it by basically going, whatever. I'll do for the listeners. I shrugged.
He did the partridge shrug.
Yeah, that's pretty much what The Simpsons did
Yeah.
this week. So like,
Good.
yeah. So I don't think you can get away with that sort of stuff anymore.
Well, whatever.
Right.
If I had my way, we'd have all racist gimmicks.
You're just annoyed because Asuka lost, aren't you?
A little bit.
I'm annoyed because Asuka lost as well. I'm still a little bit more annoyed. Like the match was good.
Can we point out Asuka had a 3D entrance?
Yeah, they're really keen on that, aren't they? They've discovered that technology that Sky Sports came up with 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, you remember when Sky Sports used to put the fake... I'll tell you why. One of my friends, they used to project the logo onto the pitch.
Yeah.
And my friend's mom's was like, how have they done that so quick? It's like, no, Mum, they haven't just sprayed the logo onto the pitch.
That's like my nan watching King of the Ring 98 over my shoulder, watching the replays of Mick Foley going off the cell going, he's chucking them all off.
That's amazing. How have you never told us that before? That's tremendous. He's chucking them all. That gets better.
But do you think Vince McMahon's been doing his research?
I just love that in her head. There's loads of Mick Foley's climbing up, and then he's like, next. Just lobbing
Just
him
a
through
line of tables.
Yes. She's chucking them all off. That's
But
tremendous.
do you think Vince has been doing his research for XFL? And he's like, how did they get the 10-yard line on the pitch?
Definitely, yeah.
And my
It's
Vince impression was terrible then.
It's very. How do you get that on the pitch there? Vince, is this the first NFL match you've ever watched?
shut up. I know all about the New York Raiders. Shut up. I love the Oakland Capitals.
His favourite team is definitely the Washington Redskins.
I love football.
He knows that one.
All right, implying racism, that's fine. Anyway, Charlotte against Asuka was a good match, but with a huge, surprising finish.
Yeah, I don't know if I was annoyed because Asuka lost or more annoyed that they had a tap out.
Yeah, it's not. It's like a.
I think if you're going to lose, it don't matter. Don't matter how you lose.
I think it does.
If you lose it clean, pin or submission, don't matter, does it?
I see both points. Like, if she's going to lose, the losing's what has the impact. But I definitely see where you're coming from in terms of, like, it's Asuka.
If you're putting Charlotte over, right? If you're going to go with that, if you're going to go with putting Charlotte over, she's got to win by tap out.
That is true.
That's a finish.
Like, realistically, if she'd won with the natural selection, that slightly rubbish neck break, you'd be fuming. Do you not think?
Her finish is the figure 8.
Yeah,
but you know what I mean. She used to do the natural selection.
There's
She
just
still does
so-
it as like a setup move. But
Yeah.
if she'd done that on Asuka and pinned her, people would be more upset. Genuinely,
Yeah.
I think.
I agree with that, but on the same thing, I'm kind of thinking it's like she quit her streak,
I
and that's
guess
why
so.
it feels a bit Weird to
But
me.
did she quit the streak or did she live to fight another day? See, it's Asuka. She said Charlotte was ready for Asuka.
Yeah,
And then
that-
they hogged.
Ugh,
Why are you annoyed about that?
I don't know. It just
Said shut it.
yeah.
Definitely sounded like it said shut it, didn't it?
Yeah.
I was like, it's because of the way she pronounces Charlotte. I was like, oh God, it's a heel turn.
No, you picked the wrong Japanese to turn heel, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah. That's all right, though. I won money anyway. It's fine. So I really didn't
And then
think.
considering what happened later, it was kind of to set up what happened in the men's title match as well.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Which,
So it's all parallel booking, which makes it good.
yeah,
Oh,
That's
here he
it.
is. Yeah, I suppose it is. That's something.
But what if it leads to Charlotte versus Rousey next year?
I realistically, I genuinely think that should be the main event of WrestleMania next year.
Yeah.
Full on main event.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, as long as it's built right. Like,
because I wanted Asuka against Rousey to be the main event.
I talked you into that, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. It wasn't my idea.
Yeah.
But when you said it, I thought that was a good idea. I want that to happen. Now that Asuka's streak's over, and I can understand on some level why they'd be like, right, we're already putting women in the main event. I want it to be two famous, like, American women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can see why for WWE they would say that's important.
Yeah, plus I think obviously Flair is important because obviously you could go through all the lineage of Ric Flair,
Yep.
David Flair,
Yep.
not so much Reed, and then you've got all the NXT footage of Charlotte Flair. What? I didn't kill him. Boom! Nick's his catchphrase.
Oh my god.
Fabulous.
Maybe they could do where Ric Flair comes out with Charlotte at WrestleMania, and then Ronda Rousey can have her mentor Jean LaBelle, and then Jean LaBelle can do to
I thought he
Ric
was
Flair.
dead.
No, Jean LaBelle's still knocking about.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and then Jean LaBelle can do what he did to Steven Seagal and make Ric Flair pee himself.
I don't think they should have Ric Flair anywhere near
It'd be
it.
unusual to
No, I
see
agree,
liquid
yeah.
coming out from another part of Ric
Yeah.
Flair's body rather than his face.
I agree. They shouldn't have Ric Flair anywhere near it. It's interesting that they started off with the 2001 The Space Odyssey music on this, and yet at no point was I like, oh, they're just using her dad's music. You know what I mean? Like, because of the way they did the intro,
Yeah,
it actually worked perfectly for her. I thought it was excellent.
yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah, where does Asuka go from this? Do you think she goes back into a feud with Charlotte?
I've got a terrible feeling of where it goes.
I'd quite like to see her have a bit of a losing streak.
No one wants that.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Because you like misery.
No. I know I'm a massive Asuka fan. Like,
True.
but I think it'd be interesting to see how she copes with defeat, and I don't think she should be able to cope with defeat. And then not a long losing streak, sort of like a couple of pay-per-views. Like, obviously every SmackDown she loses, all pay-per-view she loses, and then she gets a big victory, and then she goes on a massive tear.
Don't you think it'll end up like all the times WWE try this with like the babyface who's losing all the time? Just like, and they just have them be like lose stupidly. If it was her losing like valiantly, that's fine. But WWE don't do that. Every time we've seen this type of angle, it's always, Bayley and Sami Zayn. And
You are correct,
What
but
about Kurt Hawkins? He was a top babyface.
but this is the Asuka rule. Triple H has got a massive hard-on for Asuka.
Is that why Asuka lost?
Yeah, but he's
Is
also
it a
got
little-
hard-on for Ric Flair, though, hasn't
Is
he?
it a little dig, though? Is it a little dig from Vince? He's like,
Yeah, just remember, I'm still in charge, buddy.
Maybe.
you
Alright.
play on 205 Live.
next match was the US title match. Jinder versus Orton versus Rude versus
So for the first time
Rusev.
in WrestleMania history, the men's match was the pee break match, and I went
Yeah.
I went for a wee.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
This was definitely.
I
a
made
match.
the food during this match.
Yeah.
It was nothing. Jinder won. Dan, I think you predicted that. You
I did.
predicted to pin Orton though.
The,
Rusev got pinned.
problem with Bobby Roode, and you brought this up when we were watching it, is he's all entrance, isn't he?
He really is. After that, there's nothing.
Like, and he didn't used to be. It's the problem with coming onto the main roster. You might not think I liked him in NXT, but
He was all right in NXT, but then you're like, I don't know if it's just because the main roster exposes more flaws, and obviously they're much better hidden in NXT. But then, what really good matches did he have in NXT?
mate, I've got really bad memory though, so like I can't.
I know
really,
what you mean,
yeah.
but nothing comes straight to mind.
No.
Like, even if I said with Nakamura, what good matches did he have in NXT?
the Sami Zayn match.
Yeah, exactly. So that at least something comes.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? And there will be decent matches,
Yeah.
but like none of his main title matches do I go, oh well, that was great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if he's as good a worker as people think he is.
He fits perfectly into this match, except for Rusev. Like, you've got a bunch of guys who are, they're good, they're fine.
Rusev's over though, isn't he?
Yeah, Rusev's over as hell, and they're punishing him for it seems.
His real name's Miroslav. So
Did you learn that when he changed all of his...
all I'm saying is I can't wait for Roslav Day in the next 6 months or whatever, all over Ring of Honor TV.
Yeah.
Miroslav Day.
Because I don't know if you heard this, but this week they announced that Rusev, or was it last week they announced it? Anyway, at some point recently they announced that Rusev was having a casket match with The Undertaker.
Which I was legitimately really excited for.
I was genuinely very excited about. And so was Rusev. So excited that he tweeted, "Bury me gently, brother."
I'm just going to correct you on one word purely because it's a reference.
Yeah.
Bury me softly, brother.
Okay.
Because Luke Gallows sings a song on one of the podcasts about bury me softly.
Excellent. So he said, "Bury me softly, brother." And then TMZ went to him and went, "Oh, Rusev, you've been booked in this match." And he was like, "I'm going to crush that old man." And then Michelle McCool had to go. She was like, "Oh, he should be calling him an old man." And funnily enough, later on that day, Chris Jericho has replaced Rusev in the casket match.
Right, so Chris Jericho's a snake. We'll get that out of the way.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
But do you think that they've took Rusev out of it to punish him, or do you think they took him out of it because they realised it was pointless having him in it?
No, I think they've taken it out to punish him.
Yeah.
Whether it does punish him is a question, but no, I do. I think that they would see that as a punish. Think about it about this, right? Undertaker wasn't even necessarily confirmed to have a match for WrestleMania. He's confirmed for a match for this, and it was going to be against Rusev. Any Undertaker match could be his last.
Yeah.
And yet now that's been taken away from him and replaced with Chris Jericho.
Yeah, but he didn't help himself by tweeting that bury me softly.
No, not at all. No,
I can
made me
defend.
laugh so much.
I can defend him on the I want to beat that old man thing because obviously Undertaker is old, obviously, and you can say he's working an angle. But if he's going on Twitter saying "bury me softly," as funny as it is, as funny as we find it, like he's clearly having a bit of a dig there, isn't he?
Yeah, I just love the reference.
Yeah,
I miss proper talking shop.
Supposedly,
not the Chris Jericho version.
Supposedly, he was asked. WWE were asked about it, and he's still in the Rumble match. So he's not. I wondered if he might have been pulled from the show completely because I imagine a lot of people are going to get a lot of money from this.
yeah,
because they're being paid a lot of money. Whether they transfer to make that to the talent, I don't know. But Undertaker's going to be in it. There's rumors that Rey Mysterio is going to be in it. Jericho's coming back for it. So there's clearly money being thrown around here.
You know who's not getting money from it?
Who?
The women and Darren Young.
Yeah, that is true.
Well, Darren Young's not employed.
Well, Darren Young's definitely not
Is
getting
he?
money
Oh,
because
yeah,
he's been good.
I completely forgot he'd been fired, but
He's working under his real name, Fred Rosser.
Yeah, Nexus are in King of Trios.
Yeah,
Great bunch of lads.
Michael Tarver and
Jinder
Justin
won.
Gabriel.
Jinder won. He's
Yeah.
perfect for the United States title.
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't want to see the angle.
No.
Do you know when he does all the pseudo racist stuff?
Well, neither do I, admittedly. But if he's going to do it, I'd rather he did it with this belt than all that time that he was doing it with the WWE Championship. So
because it's just boring.
it's a bit boring,
It's
isn't it?
really boring.
Do you think he'll get cheered in Saudi Arabia? Genuinely, I don't know. What's the relationship between Saudi Arabia and India?
I don't have a clue.
No.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not really good with race relations, mate.
Nor me, and I know, especially in the Middle East and that's not even the Middle East, is India, but basically Eastern relations are absolutely.
More
screwed
importantly,
up.
how's Saudi Arabia with Canada?
Yeah, we'll know how they are. Where do they announce it from? Now residing in Canada, Jinder Mahal.
That would be hilarious, fantastic. I'm pretty sure Chris Jericho won't be able to call himself the Ayatollah of rock and roller as well. Just going to leave that one there.
Yeah, but I think he does what he wants in foreign countries. Do you remember when he?
When he
Brazilian flag
wiped his nose on the Brazilian flag or whatever. Yeah. Got detained. Well done, Chris.
Do you think we're going to get heel New Japan Jericho in Saudi Arabia?
I think we're going to get massive babyface Roman, but we'll come back to that, won't we? Right, next match, the real main event. This is the real quiz,
Oh, yeah.
right? AKA this is the real quiz match.
I think this was the peak.
Yeah,
After this, it kind of fell off.
yeah. Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie.
This were good, weren't it?
Let's talk about the entrances first.
Let's do it. Matching trikes.
So at this point, I think you worked out, Graham, that we weren't getting an American Badass Undertaker.
I did, yeah.
I, on the other hand, was very optimistic. If you check the Twitter feed,
Naive.
I've gone, there's motorbikes in the building. It could still happen.
Very naive of you. As soon as I saw bikes, I was like, oh no. Even though it wasn't amusing, it's hilarious. They got tandem, they got like paired trikeys.
Yeah.
It was funny, but I was like, oh god, no. He's making that his thing, isn't he?
Yeah.
I'm a biker now.
Look at me. I'm the one with the bikes.
Comes out to Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, so Daryl, what question did you get the answer to?
Oh, well, we know that Stephanie spits, don't we?
We saw a spit. Shiva did the Triple H pose on the corner. That was great. She's slowly morphing into, like, who else has been a bit like Triple H? Anyone that he knows, has had a relationship with, maybe used the pedigree from time to time?
Pete Dunne.
Yes, Pete Dunne, that's it. Angle and Rousey, Angle came out completely off time with the U-Sock as your normal, and running. Because I think the entrance was further away from the actual entrance than they thought, and everyone had to run.
Ronda Rousey came out in a kilt.
Yes, she's one of us now.
Yeah. She
Even though-
appropriated your culture, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I should be annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like a poo all over again,
Roddy,
isn't it?
yeah, it
Is that why
yeah.
you're wearing the Roddy Piper shirt today as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's appropriate my culture as well. Thanks,
Yeah.
Daryl. Now, Roddy Piper, he's from Canadian. He's Canadian.
Canadian.
What?
He's off of the north of America anyway.
From Glasgow, Scotland. That's where they always announced him.
Is it?
Yeah, he was number 10, 5 in the world in bagpipes, whatever it was.
Yeah, he can actually play bagpipes,
Yeah.
but that doesn't make him Scottish. He's a bit like Rod Stewart in that way. Both called Rod, you know what I mean?
Has he ever drunkenly announced an SPL game?
Probably. Do you know there's pictures of Rod Stewart in Rangers kits? Just saying. Rod Stewart, you liar. You'll appropriate anything that you think will sell. Rod Stewart, I hate you.
Didn't he cry when Celtic beat Barcelona?
Yeah, he did, yeah. Probably cried because you remember that time he had a picture with John Gregg, the most famous Rangers captain of all time, in a Rangers kit. I'll get the picture up.
Triggered.
Keep it on my phone.
Right, so Triple H definitely had the little tandem entrance. Ronda Rousey, Kurt Angle came out. They were facing off at middle of the ring, and I think Stephanie pie faced Rousey or pushed her, and then for some reason Kurt Angle got in between them. It's a match, Kurt, but he got in between them to push Rousey back, and then Triple H attacked Angle to kick off the match.
Yeah, and then we had the best debut we could have
There's two
possibly
of
had
them.
for
He's in.
Ronda.
There's him, right, with John Gregg. He's in another one. He plays a duo. Rod Stewart, you blinking liar. Oh, cried because Celtic had beat Barcelona. Well, you didn't cry in 1970, 1980, whatever, when you were wearing a Rangers shirt, are you? Not even Scottish. I realised the irony of me saying that in the voice that doesn't sound Scottish at all, but at least I was born there, Rod.
Yeah, but at least you could say Dundee properly.
Dundee.
So he said
And
it.
when he said Scotland earlier, he did go into it for a
Yeah.
second.
Exactly. There you go.
But yeah, this match was really, really good.
I remember ages ago I said that I would be annoyed if Stephanie spent any longer than 10 minutes or 10 seconds in the ring with Ronda. But it was all right. I was fine with it.
Was this match of the night?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we all agree that.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was very entertaining.
They were great. Ronda's really good.
Yeah.
Stephanie.
Whoever put this match together deserves a lot of credit.
Yes.
Because Ronda is good, but they protected her really well.
Oh, yeah, they did
Yeah.
exactly the right thing for her.
Yeah.
Like, it was played up really. But, I mean, stuff like you can't teach them. I mean, you can teach it, but you can't guarantee that someone's going to know how to behave on the apron or,
No.
and that stuff was really
I was
good.
worried when she came out because I did expect her to have the Ronda Rousey
Mean face.
face when she came out, but she was all happy and smiling. And I was like, oh, is she like just
Stone
getting a bit
Cold reckoned
overwhelmed?
that was Vince.
It might have been.
It's genuinely,
Yeah.
Stone Cold reckons Vince will have told her to go out there and smile.
Yeah, it makes
But
it
I
more
don't even
relatable, doesn't it?
Yeah, but I don't even think he needed to tell her that. I think genuinely, she looks like every time she comes out, she's enjoying herself. She's having a laugh.
Yeah.
And then she does do the mean face, which is pretty good.
I just hope in future, because I really like her entrance music, and what makes it great is her mean mugging to the cage, but now ring. So I hope she does start mean mugging for matches and
Yeah, but-
stomping down.
If she mean mugs, I feel like a lot of people won't find her relatable. Like,
I mean, she didn't really have that problem at UFC.
Yeah, but there's a lot of blokes watching UFC, mate, isn't it? Like, wanting to see people fight.
Oh, no, they started to get quite a big female following because of
Yeah,
Ronda.
they had
and-
quite a big female following because of
Yeah, well, it's convenient, isn't it, that you'd make actual factual points about against me, innit?
You can say anything with facts.
Yeah, you and your facts.
Yeah, I'm very shocked about how happy I was with Stephanie and Ronda going 1-1 with each other.
You were I was shocked at how much I enjoyed Stephanie in this match.
Right, let me just put this out there.
There you go.
Stephanie broke out of the armbar.
Yeah, okay.
Is it because she's as solid as Shane?
Yes, it's definitely because she's solid, right?
Those McMahon jeans.
Those
Yeah.
McMahon jeans are solid. Them grapefruits.
Thing is, did Vince ever kick out of a stunner? He probably did. So if we accept that, which I
I
think
don't
we
feel
would.
like he would have in a match, though.
I don't think he ever did.
No.
No, he didn't. No, he always showed arse, didn't he?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Is that swearing?
No.
Well, no,
Okay.
it's all part of a phrase. Also,
Okay.
trying to get me in
It's not
trouble.
part of
Yeah.
With your
It's
red
not part of the
shoes.
7 words.
Exactly.
I'm like that Japanese ref with red
a little
shoes
bit,
on.
yeah, with red shoes, yeah. So one of you definitely said that you thought that Ronda was going to tap out Triple H.
Might have been me.
I think
I thought it was
you.
going to be the double submission.
Yeah, I actually did think I bought that at one point. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, in the end, Ronda.
She had a lot more interaction with Triple H than I thought.
Yes, I agree. Yeah.
They kind of broke the intergender.
And do you know
rule.
what?
Yeah, you're
Do you know
saying
what?
that because Joey Ryan said it, but Joey Ryan, you didn't do out, so go away.
I was just about to say something to admit I'm wrong a little
Okay,
bit.
all right, okay.
I hate intergender wrestling.
Yeah.
Absolutely hate it. But I'm willing to say I'm wrong, and this were enjoyable.
Yeah, it was fine
Yeah.
in this context, not in I'm Joey Ryan.
Well, I wouldn't watch Beyond Wrestling full
This is what I'm
card.
saying, like,
but-
yeah, but what I'm saying is afterwards, Joey Ryan was going, "Look, I proved to these people, and now they're doing what we do," and I'm like, they're not doing the same thing, though, are they?
Yeah, Jerry Lawler's not firing a bloody fireball out of
He did
his
say that in
crown.
response to a lot of people tweeting that, and he did start off saying, "Thank you for everyone who thought of me during this massive match.
Yeah.
It's something I've been really trying to spearhead for the last few years, and
Is
I'm
it
really
though?
proud that people would associate me with this."
Right, yeah. He's
That's,
still
that's
trying
what
to-
he said.
Yeah, it's basically going, "Oh, I did it in a way. Oh, no, not me, but it was me. But it wasn't me, but it was me, though, a little bit." No, I was actually surprised by how okay I was with the intergender stuff as well. But that's because I think they kept it to a sensible level. You know what I mean? Beyond that, I wouldn't want to see a full match.
Pun intended.
Yeah, but I think that Rousey beating up a man is a little bit more believable as well because she's an actual fighter.
Well, there is that, yeah.
Whereas if Stephanie were beating up Kurt Angle, I'd be like, this isn't real.
Did you see Ronda Rousey's Shane McMahon punches?
Yeah.
They were good, weren't they? Yeah. So she's already got better punches in ring than Shane McMahon.
You say it's Steph beating up Kurt Angle's not believable. One thing, he's got tiny arms. Two, he's from Yorkshire. So most of them,
Excuse me.
yeah.
Right.
No, if he's from Yorkshire, he's probably beating up his wife.
Our lass paced me last night.
I could take. All right. Don't try and take my gimmick. You get
You're
your
the
own.
impressions guy.
You're the
Sorry.
Japan guy. Come on. What are you?
I don't know what I'm a.
Offensive guy. There you go.
Okay.
That was.
He's over the line somewhere.
All I know is when me and Ronda got in the ring, right, it were really good. I don't have anything else to say for in Yorkshire Kurt Angle this week.
No, not about
Sorry.
whippets.
Not about whippets. Oh, country whippet match. There you go. That was my hilarious joke that I've ruined. I've wasted on YouTube before the show.
We should start powering through the rest of it like we tried to do on the
Power
night.
through.
So that was 20 minutes.
Let's
match.
smash through it with hammers. With the Bludgeon Brothers winning the tag titles off of the Usos in a match that also involved the New Day.
Yeah, we called this one.
I'm kind of happy that Harper and Rowan have been given something to do outside of still dressing like the Wyatt family.
Or
But-
dressing like Kane's understudies.
But I just don't have any interest in them.
Yeah, I know what you mean. This isn't a terrible gimmick, but it's also not a great one, is it?
No.
It's below Harper and probably above Rowan. That's the problem. It's like bringing Harper down to Rowan's level, which is slightly above what he used to be.
Yeah.
You know that WrestleMania 31, yeah. That was the peak for two guys, kind of. Because Harper was kind of at the peak where he was given that solo run and he was doing really well. And Rusev came out in a tank.
There you go.
So two guys who I really like had their peak 3 years ago.
That's it.
That's depressing.
It's gone down since then, hasn't it? Short match. Mallets. Oh, hold on. How have I not even talked about this? How have we not even talked about the New Day's entrance?
Oh, yeah.
Daryl, do you have anything to say about the New Day's entrance?
Actually, when I said that it peaked at the Rousey match, it actually peaked at New Day's entrance.
There you go. Why? Why did it peak in New Day's
So
entrance?
New Day came out and they had some pancakes that they were lobbing about.
Yep.
And then little midget fellas came out dressed as pancakes, right?
What was this?
So they were dancing around the ring, right? And then if you didn't think it could get any better, some of them did the worm.
Worming midgets.
The best
They're
part
worming midgets.
they were short stacks.
Yes, they wear short stacks. That's very clever. I like that. That's good.
Imagine the auditions for that.
I know. They're like, wanted midgets to dress as pancakes. Warning, must be able to worm or need not apply.
Imagine contacting Warwick Davis's agency with that ad.
Oh, yeah. Like the one off of, is it a real agency?
Yeah, he's got a real agency for little people.
As well as on Life's Too Short, which was an entire show of Ricky Gervais going, ha, look at the little person fall over.
Tell him I'm a bad boy.
Little person fall out. I'm going to dress him up as a frog. I'm going to dress him up as he's an Ewok.
Stick him to a wall with Velcro.
God. Oh, did that not get
Anyway.
recommissioned for a second series?
Full enough now.
Unlike every
Um,
single other Ricky Gervais thing. Funny that.
So when did Cena leave his ringside seat and run to the back?
Straight after Asuka against Charlotte, because I was
Yeah.
really glad that it meant we weren't going to see him throughout all the rest of the matches.
Yeah, because the rest of the show, including the pre-show, cut to him every 3 minutes.
That was a bit annoying,
They
yeah.
were getting a bit drunk, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. You remember when you had your first beer, don't you, Darryl?
Yeah.
Take that, John. Oh, got you. We beat him in a way. In a more real way, he's always beating us.
Kind of.
Yeah.
So they really drew this one out.
That bit of him running to the back got memed to bits as well, didn't it?
Yeah. Absolute meme.
Oh, my favourite one was the referee coming out and said, we've just discovered your filter doesn't work. People can see you. That'd be good. Yep. So, yeah, he comes out and then another ref is like, oh, sorry, something's happened. And then the lights go off. And who is it?
Well, I thought.
Wait.
Um,
Oh,
Yeah.
no, my acoustic's too far away.
Well,
You'll be able to. It's important.
okay. I don't know what's happening here.
It's important. Oh, it's Kid Rock playing the
Yeah,
American Bat.
Right, you don't
Oh, no.
understand. So, obviously,
That was
it's,
the wrong
it's
chord
quite,
to use, but
quite early morning at this point, and I'm on edge about Undertaker coming as American Badass, and I'm just like, oh, it's got to happen. It's got to happen. Motorbikes were in building. As far as I was aware, Kid Rock was in building. Undertaker was in the building. It's all set up. I hear that guitar. I'm like, oh, the band's come out. They're gonna play it. Elias.
I was in tears laughing at this.
He trolled us to bits, didn't he?
Yes.
Because I heard a guitar note and I was like, Kid Rocky's striking up the band. Oh, it's Elias.
Thing is, though, I really think they missed out here not having Kid Rock play him out because I think everybody wanted that.
I genuinely, yeah. Do you know what? I remember seeing some people say that they were disappointed, and I genuinely think that's why.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people were genuinely disappointed that that's what happened. They would say disappointed with the match not because of what happened afterwards, but because a lot of people really thought that American Badass was going to happen.
Well, Kid Rock, right, even if he didn't come out on a motorbike as American Badass, if he wanted to stay as Undertaker, whatever, the reason Kid Rock was getting inducted was not because he played all the divas out at WrestleMania 25.
Was it not because he played at Tribute to the Troops? That
No,
one time?
no.
What was it?
It was because he played Undertaker's theme tune.
Are you scared?
Yeah.
He's here.
I thought it was because his mate Joe C got put in a bin by Edge and Christian.
Mate, when he mentioned Josie, I had to find it on the network on my phone to show it to girlfriend.
That was his last appearance on WWE TV.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are we accepting that we're never going to see American Badass now?
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
That was the moment.
What about in 2 years when Fred Durst gets inducted to the Hall of Fame?
I hope Undertaker retired by then. Very much so.
Fred Durst is never going to get inducted to the Hall of Fame because you could not trust him to not swear.
Yeah.
You just couldn't.
Well, they told Kid Rock not to talk about politics, didn't they? Then he got on stage and said, "I want to kill some
Beat
Democrats."
some Democrats' asses, yeah.
And,
yeah, and it cut to AJ Styles slapping his knee.
yeah.
Oh, damn!
And then Finn Balor's like, "Wait till tomorrow."
I'm going to walk all across the world and not
that's
around
why,
it.
Maybe that's why he wasn't there. Like,
Do you think?
not to make like an awful assumption about Kid Rock, but I am doing that. Maybe he wasn't there because he heard they were doing something to celebrate gay people.
Oh, I
There's
think he just wasn't there.
There's not been anything come out about why he wasn't there though.
No one
Because
sees
usually all the Hall of Famers are there. Like I think the only time it's not happened is when Bret Hart didn't go, but that was obviously because he didn't want to go
And
because of the Shawn
I
Michaels
think
thing.
they made like
openly
they
said
mentioned
Bret Hart did
Yeah.
not feel comfortable, but here's everyone else.
Yeah,
Cheers, Howard.
but like they've never done that before. So and there must be some. I can't imagine him going, "Oh yeah, I'm double booked." Like
I think he probably did.
It's
I
not
think,
like
no,
Vince
I think
called
that's
him
what it was.
audible.
I think he allowed something else on.
yeah.
Genuinely, yeah.
Yeah, he'd got some like Hooters to open or something.
Do you think that he was meant to be there, but they didn't want him to play, and it was a really awkward conversation?
I hope so.
And he's like, "So when do I sing?" And Vince is like, "Oh, you don't."
Like, well, but you're not got. I mean, there's loads of bikes here. Surely you haven't really bring Undertaker down. No, he's the dead man.
Maybe just pulled
I'm
Max
going
Rose
home.
and had a nap backstage and didn't get woken up in time.
That was like me before we recorded this show, mate.
It was. I had to bang on his door twice. Anyway, I was looking at the drain pipe outside his house to see if I could climb up and go in his balcony and smack in his patio door. Anyway, so Elias gets beaten up by John Cena, and John Cena's like, "Oh, I'm so sad." And then, bong. Or was it lights out first and then bong? I
He's
think.
walking back up the ramp, isn't it?
Yeah. Lights come out first.
Yeah.
Anyway, the point
Yeah.
is, something happened. Lights went out, and oh no, it wasn't even that. The first thing that happened was the coat and the hat appeared in the ring.
Yeah, the gear's in the ring and then like a lightning bolt struck it.
When dark
not his steroids to get him back in the ring, is his ring gear. We should
Yeah.
point that out.
When dark lightning bolt struck it, and then the gong. Undertaker had a match with John Cena, and it lasted
2 minutes, 45 seconds.
2 minutes 45 seconds. Imagine.
You know those effects they use for the Undertaker's lightning?
Yeah.
Do you think they're the exact same effects they used in like 97 and 98? Because the screen wasn't HD, it looked good. Whereas now, it looks really dated and weird.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
It looks like the effects from the end of Howard the Duck when they had to paint each individual effect onto the cells.
Did you just
I
want to
don't thi-
reference Howard the Duck?
I don't think they did that in this, mate. You were live.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they've got advanced technology now, and it's not George Lucas like, I will make money from this film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also know how films work. Yeah, films, bloody films, eh? I'm a bit like you two, like that. I know these things. Yeah, like we're all.
Let's all watch Howard the Duck.
What's your
after this.
favourite film that he's been involved in?
Who?
You.
Oh, and then
I'm
you've been
asking- yeah.
favorite film that you've done that Dan's been involved in.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not at liberty to say.
Why?
No. Anyway, Elias came out playing the banjo, the guitar, and got beaten up by John Cena, and then Undertaker came out and had a match with him and beat him with 2 minutes 45 seconds. Good match, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I liked the bit where John Cena went to do the 5-knuckle shuffle and Undertaker did the sit-up and John Cena flew a mile. Or when Undertaker did that big boot and John Cena fell over before Undertaker even came off rope. That was good.
Why was it so short?
Undertaker can't wrestle anymore.
But they're still going to wheel him out every
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
Wheel him out to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Well, they get paid a lot of money, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the start of the Undertaker's actual zombie career.
Do you think that...
They're going to send him over in a boat like the beginning of Dracula? Yeah.
No, I was just thinking, like, for next year, do you think they're going to, like, build up a match, but then, like, just have him, like, basically chokes on Tombstone all the time?
They could do that, yeah.
Yeah.
Thing is, they need to... But then that's going to end up that Undertaker's last match is going to be against the equivalent of, like, Elias or someone, isn't it?
It's going to
Yeah.
be versus Eric Rowan trying to beat The Rock's record.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'm looking forward to Rest of Undertaker if he can't wrestle anymore.
No, this were fine. I didn't dislike it as much as a lot of people have disliked it in retrospect. I don't think anyone particularly disliked it at the time, apart from obviously when he came out not as American Badass, because I hated that. I'm with you on that, Daryl, absolutely. But I don't think my like for it is decreased, but also, yeah, it doesn't look like the future looks great for Undertaker, does it?
If he's, like, in that much pain that he can't wrestle, just retire. Like,
Yeah.
surely he's saved his money.
It won't be about money, will it? It'll be about, he's a really sort of like slightly tapped, like loyal guy.
Yeah, but, like...
Yeah, but it matters. It matters to him, and he's like he feels an
is
obligation.
loyal. Yeah, but he is loyal.
Yeah,
He
but it's
didn't
more
leave for
than-
WCW.
But it's
He is
more
loyal.
than loyalty, and it's like an obligation.
Yeah, but surely if he wants to be that loyal, why don't you just get a job as an agent? I'm pretty sure Vince has let him be an agent or something.
Yeah, but then he'd have to go on road, wouldn't he? And he don't want to do that.
So he just wants to come back once a year for WrestleMania.
I don't think he even necessarily wants to do that. But when he gets phoned up, unlike Sean, who's like, "No, I don't want to come back," he's like, "Yeah, all right then. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll bring the hat. Yeah, I'll bring the coat. No, I won't bring that like weird dressing gown. Yeah. Can I bring my back? Hello?
Can you
Hello?
put extensions in?
Yeah. Can I bring my motorbike and hello? Hello? Vin? Hello? Oh.
Do you think that match he had, I think it was with Kurt Angle where he had them state skin trousers on, do you think Vince burnt them?
Yeah, 100%. Hid them afterwards and burned them. Definitely. Next up was the Hall of Famers coming out.
Yeah, which my girlfriend trolled me no end with this.
Yeah.
She was laughing at me saying, they're doing the Hall of Fame now. Because I had it all booked out to her, telling her they were going to do the Hall of Fame, and then at the end of the Hall of Fame, Kid Rock were going to sing,
Yeah.
and then they were going to play Undertaker out.
Yeah.
But yeah, she then laughed.
Another consequence of the Elias interaction meant that we got no Elias Jeff Jarrett interaction.
I'm still of the belief that when they eventually replace Kurt Angle, they'll replace him with Jeff Jarrett, and we'll get that eventually.
I hope so, but
That needs to
all I know is I wanted it on WrestleMania. Everyone here could have been involved with him, with the exception of Hillbilly Jim, because I don't want him to be. Message. You can't hear it, Daryl, but
No.
I can hear it. What's
It
it say?
said, ugh.
Ah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's someone's just watched the WrestleMania main event.
Yeah.
So yeah, no Jeff Jarrett and Elias, no, but we did have Hillbilly Jim, as I mentioned, and Hillbilly Jim.
Do you have an impression?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'm Hillbilly Jim. I talked for 50 minutes, and then I had a match with Andre the Giant, and then I had a match with Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and then I had a match with Macho Man Randy Savage. Pause for pop. And then I had, mate, his Hall of Fame speech was 50 effing minutes long.
Yes. So
and that's what it was.
So I watched the Hall of Fame after you did.
And then I had a match.
Has his speech finished?
And then, no.
No.
Speech is ongoing because there's infinite number of wrestlers. He didn't even mention the Godwins.
Right. Well, this is the thing. So you texted me and told me how long his speech was. And I was like, I'm pretty sure he's not going to mention Southern Justice or the Godwins, is there? You said no. So I was like, not worth my time.
No.
So I skipped to the end of his speech where he's listing a lot of wrestlers that...
And then I had a match with...
And all the wrestlers he's listed are all dead. All my friends are dead.
Oh, he doesn't have friends. Let's move on. Speaking of... No, actually, no, that's...
Can we just talk quickly about Hall of Fame?
Yes.
The little kid that got inducted was actually meant... It was hilarious.
He was proper good.
Like, he had a proper speech and like it didn't last too long. It were entertaining. It were meant. Kid Rock, even though he were a bit of an idiot with his politics, he actually came out and said, yeah, I know you don't really want to hear me speak, so I'm going to keep it short and sweet. And he kept it short and sweet.
Did better than Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Which we saw.
Yeah.
Triple H inducted him. Bit weird.
It is. Who would you have inducted? Bearing in mind, Undertaker's not going to do it.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
Just a bit weird, that's all.
Yeah, so I'm guessing Triple H didn't deal out, so they just had him do it.
Yeah, probably right. So the next match was Daniel Bryan and ultra double hard Shane McMahon with the assistance of his kidneys versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And if Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn won, they were winning their jobs back, weren't they?
Yeah.
Right. You mentioned that the Angle and Rousey was where it peaked. This, I think, is where it turned.
Yeah, because it turned. The Undertaker and John Cena weren't that bad, but obviously it was more of an angle than a match, I feel, for what it was. So I'm not saying that were negative, but this match, because of the way they started it, like, so Daniel Bryan's been granted his return to the ring, which everyone's been wanting for 2 years. 2 years he's been gone.
Like that, yeah.
Obviously, Daniel Bryan's been wanting it more than anybody, but then obviously all his fans have wanted it. I think we're all fans of Daniel Bryan, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. So they do this big video package for the match, then he gets a separate video package before his entrance, was showing the whole Yes movement.
Yeah, they finally used all that footage that they had from like several years ago when there was an actual Yes movement.
Yeah, so they showed it all. He makes his entrance. Shane makes his entrance. I think Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn attack him from behind, and Owens power bombs Daniel Bryan onto the apron, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, and then they do the stretch job.
Yeah, they do.
And I was just like, I understand that, you know, he's been a bit injured before and all this, but you've granted him his return. Why would you not just have this as a showcase of Daniel Bryan?
Do you know what, right? If Shane McMahon was healthy, I could understand why they'd done it. Because, actually, the moment that Daniel Bryan tags in, you could see the emotion in his eyes, you could see the emotion, and I felt a bit emotional as well, because it's like, oh my God, here he is, he's actually back in the ring. But if I'd not had to go through 15 minutes of Shane McMahon with hernia, getting like lobbed about and still doing his Shane McMahon a really hard act.
Yeah, but he is really hard though, isn't he?
He is he's solid, isn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, he did that drop kick, didn't he? He does those punches that don't look like they hurt, but apparently hurt even more than punches that don't look like they hurt.
Mate, that coast to coast he did, which Sami Zayn had to sit up to take.
Oh God,
was hilarious.
Yeah. Shane McMahon.
So, yeah, this match was great when Daniel Bryan was in. Yeah, when Shane McMahon was in.
Yeah, and again, probably that Shane McMahon the bit could have been. I think it was probably only about like.
The thing is, this
8 or
match
9
weren't suited to Shane's strong points. There was nothing for him to fall off.
Yeah.
Like
well, there's nothing to fall off last year, and who was the match of the night?
Yeah, good
who
point.
was the match exactly?
Yeah, good point. Actually, yeah, I retract that statement.
Yeah, too right. Yeah. Although I don't be having a go at Shane because he'll come after us, and yeah,
and we're all screwed.
Yeah, exactly. We're making our eyes a bit bulbous. Right. So it's Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They're still out of a job, aren't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got a theory about that, which I might get onto later.
Okay.
Right. Raw Women's
I
Championship.
wonder if we've got the same theory.
I wonder. Raw Women's Championship. Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss.
With Mickey James.
With Mickey James, yeah.
See, I felt this should have been a squash match.
Yeah, also too long for me, right? I don't have a problem with the story, even though I've, been like, Nia, she's a shifty dog from The Simpsons, whatever else like that. The story is she's being bullied and, body shamed. So I would have preferred. I liked the scream spot. I thought that was good.
Yeah.
But they could have fit all that into a 2-minute match instead of a 7-minute match or whatever it was. Felt very long.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of her work, to be honest.
And I don't think she's that good. I didn't understand why they were saying she deserves it and stuff. I don't think she's great.
Yeah, they did that on Raw. That's the chant. Yeah.
Story's fine, but no, I'm not too keen on her, to be honest. Still.
No.
Yeah, could have been.
I don't have much to say about this.
Could have been shorter. I wonder if the only reason it wasn't shorter was to try not to bury Alexa Bliss, but she's supposed to be like a bad girl heel, so why wouldn't you bury her? Not bury her, but you know what I mean? Why wouldn't you squash her? She's going to be fine. She's just going to complain about it the next day.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what she did anyway. We've been fine.
So moving on?
Yeah, we're moving on to the dream match.
Whose dream?
The dream of people who haven't seen that they had a match once before. And I'm not usually that bothered about that, but, if they're going to reference it in their WWE Chronicle. AJ Styles, the WWE champion, against Shinsuke Nakamura, the winner of the Royal Rumble.
So, guess who flew over to see this match?
Evil.
No, mate.
Ishii.
No.
Bushi.
No.
Shishi.
No.
Senshi.
Yeah?
Yeah, he was there. Not the match.
No, he just didn't want to do a job to Matt Riddle the day before, did
Obviously. Tanahashi.
I don't know if he saw the match,
Tanahashi was there.
but he did it. He was booked somewhere else. So
there was also another New Japan guy in the crowd who's not the one he's going to mention, but
well, yeah, but he didn't fly over specifically to see.
No,
he was
but
booked somewhere else.
Minoru Suzuki was sat up in the stands with a giant beer, enjoying the show.
Kazuchika Okada, mate.
Oh, yeah, off of Okada and that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Who flew over specifically to see the match?
See WrestleMania.
What I'm quite puzzled about is why didn't one of the WrestleCon people book him on a show? If he's already in New Orleans, surely he could just be like, here's a few grand, mate, get on a show.
Yeah, come the night before.
Yeah.
I was going to say that he doesn't really do indie bookings that much anymore, but he's been announced for All In, so...
Also, Tanahashi doesn't really
Is he all in?
Yeah, he's all in.
Yeah. Are you all in?
No.
Oh. Are you all in?
I'm not out. Not out.
Yeah.
I'm not out.
I'm actually quite excited for All In, to be honest.
Yeah.
So-
All right. I'm not out, though.
The Being the Elite finale, in quotation marks, was absolutely brilliant as well.
Oh, great.
I don't think I've seen it.
Was it as disappointing as Shinsuke Nakamura against AJ Styles?
No, it was genuinely good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did it end 10 minutes before it should have? Like in Shinsuke Nakamura against AJ Styles?
No.
Right. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not advocating length of this show because, I mean, for God's sake, it was 5 hours and 10 minutes. But this was 20 minutes of a 25-minute match, wasn't it?
Yeah, it stopped before it really got going.
Yeah.
I get why, especially considering the ending. But
yeah, I feel like
disappointing for WrestleMania.
They promoted it as a dream match.
Yeah.
And I feel like
you got woke up halfway through Dream.
Well, a lot of people have said, "Oh, I can see why it's a shorter match. And I can see why they did what they did because it's setting up the feud and the future matches." But the setup of the feud was Shinsuke Nakamura saying, "I choose AJ Styles." At the end of the Royal Rumble. That's the setup of the feud. The feud started then, not tonight, not WrestleMania night. So as much as they want to set up future matches, I feel like this match should have delivered because this is the biggest stage. They might have a match at Backlash and it might be amazing. It might be best match at night. It might be best match at year. But it's not a WrestleMania, is it?
Yeah, I agree.
You had it at Backlash.
Back Arrow Ash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's red now instead of blue.
Yeah.
No, it's not because
It's Raw, isn't it?
Yeah, Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah, we're all
together.
inclusive, aren't we?
Yeah, I agree with you completely. If you're going to do it at WrestleMania. It's not that I don't understand why it happened. It's just disappointing that it did.
But this is worrying me as Nakamura lost it.
Ah, well, I saw that. I heard that theory. I thought that was really interesting. Yeah,
because he's not really had that many good matches. He had a few in NXT, but then
he
once
had
he
one
got
great match in NXT.
Yeah, but then especially once he's been on main roster,
Yeah.
He's not had a good match.
Well,
we thought we blamed it on Dolph Ziggler, and Dolph Ziggler is AIDS.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. definitely that,
He's never the same after a few off.
Yeah, but he's still not really done much, has he? And now you can argue, has he been given opportunity in all this? But I think this was the opportunity.
Yeah, and he still hasn't done it.
Yeah.
Can he do it anymore?
Can he do it on a cold, rainy Tuesday night in Stoke?
That's a genuine question. That was a postulation by your best friend in the whole wide world, David Stanley Meltzer. That maybe the reason that Nakamura has moved to WWE is that he couldn't do the New Japan style anymore, and he's decided, no, I'm just going to take it easy now.
Yeah.
And do you know what? Fair play to him if that is the case. If he thinks his body can't take it and he's doing bare minimum. I used to do training sessions where I would say, I'm not taking a bump today.
Yep.
And I'd roll through stuff because I was like, I don't want to damage my back.
Nope.
Right? But this is him.
You were saving yourself for like the main event at WrestleMania.
Yeah. I would have killed myself at WrestleMania.
Well,
I'm not killing myself
that's
at
where you're
Andy
do
Christensen's gym in Balby, opposite Lidl. Like,
and the health gym and McDonald's.
next to the health gym.
Yeah. Amazing that. Genius placement by McDonald's. Yeah, I agree with you. It's Nakamura just hasn't shown what he could.
No, he hasn't.
And
it's disappointing.
I wonder if he ever will.
I think, I agree with you guys. This was the chance. And I'm not going to say he blew it.
He
but
did a bit, though.
Yeah.
Thing is, I've not seen his promo on SmackDown. I've heard it's good.
It was good, I'll give you that, yeah.
Maybe the heel turn reignites his passion for wrestling and stuff.
I think more to the point, it is interesting to say that the heel turn would probably make the match more interesting because it gives it a different dynamic.
Yeah.
But again, it just means that this is going to stand out in isolation as the AJ Styles against Shinsuke Nakamura WWE Championship match at WrestleMania. That was just all right.
Yeah. And what worries me about that is if another kind of dream match comes up in future, will Vince be less likely to promote it?
Actually promote it.
Yeah.
We'll need to see that WWE 365. See if it's got... Was that what you wanted? No.
I don't think Nakamura asks him questions.
No, but I think AJ might.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Right, the next match was the Raw Tag Team Championships. It was The Bar versus Braun Strowman and a mystery partner.
The Bar's entrance was something.
Oh, yeah, they came out on a
Mardi Gras float.
Mardi Gras float.
Yeah.
Which Braun threw over the over the stage. That were all right.
Yeah.
At least they've gone, right, it's WrestleMania. What's Braun good at? Chucking stuff about. Make him chuck some stuff about.
Right.
Go on, do it.
What's his opinions on the actual mystery partner?
I was first disappointed.
Yep.
Then amused. Then actually got on board with it for a little while. And then I was just like, meh. I'm not annoyed. I was disappointed because basically I was hoping it would be Samoa Joe. You know when you wind me off and we're like, oh, you'll have no idea what's coming next. I thought Dolph Ziggler's music was going to hit. I was going to go, that would have been worse. That would have been worse than a 10-year-old child called Nicholas.
Here's the thing with it, though. If it's not going to be someone like top level, it's going to be disappointing. So they went to the opposite end of the spectrum and went, pull someone from crowd.
Just a kid.
Yeah. It was quite funny to see Braun walking around and seeing all the guys who were stood at the side.
I tweeted, bear in mind, I didn't know no way Jose were going to debut the next night on Raw. I tweeted out from our account saying, just imagine this, he's looking for a wrestler in the crowd and he's walked past you, no way, Jose.
Didn't he also walk past Suzuki?
No,
he walked past somebody.
He walked past Johnny Moss and...
yes. Johnny Moss is working for them now.
Yeah. Johnny
NXT.
Moss was next to Robin Brookside.
Yes.
Yeah, but they proper focused on Johnny Moss for a second as well. And they were like, wait, No.
No, not former 1PW Openweight champion Johnny Moss.
I don't know your money.
Huh?
That's the reference I can never talk about on this show.
Please don't.
I had a similar roller coaster of emotions, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it's semi-main.
Yeah.
So you're thinking it's something to calm crowd down a bit, but at the same time, it's your big star, your big babyface Braun Strowman.
Yeah, the biggest babyface in the company.
Yeah. And you've built up this mystery partner for him. And I felt like it had to... Right. Obviously, they don't want him anywhere near these tag belts because next night on Raw, he just gives them up.
Yeah.
Because he's teaming with a child.
Yeah.
Do you think he should have gone with somebody like Kurt Hawkins, right? And then next night on Raw, just giving him up because it's Kurt Hawkins. Do you think he should have kept him, carried them both about, and just have Kurt Hawkins as his little itch with a capital B?
Yep.
See what I did there?
Well done.
Didn't swear. And just basically have him stand on side at ring, beat all the opponents, but kill your tag division? Or do you think they did the right thing because they got him in the match, looked strong, got him out of the match, and he got rid of the belts, and you don't have to have anything to do with him?
I don't know if there's a right answer.
There's not, because they boxed themselves into a corner because
Yeah.
they didn't have anything to do with a big baby face.
Yeah.
Surely your big baby face should have been fighting Lesnar,
That was
and
the
Reigns should have been in this
Yeah.
position.
That's exactly what should have been happening. Yeah, definitely.
Can you imagine Reigns going into that crowd?
Reigns going into the crowd. I'm going to find someone for the crowd. Boo! Drink hits him in the face. Popcorn hits him in the face.
Beach ball hits him.
But then he'd have ended up teaming with Alpha.
Yeah, he probably would have. Yeah. Or the Rock's mum.
You got excited about that, didn't you?
Yeah.
When you were like, is that the Rock's mom? Like, yeah.
And
yeah,
then
it
I was
is.
reminded later on that she's also like Nia Jax's auntie or something.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, come on.
But yeah, so I don't think they should have done this angle at all. Braun shouldn't have been in this match at all. The way they got out of it was very unpredictable, quite creative, to be honest. I'm not that bothered.
Joey Barton's ref's kid.
Yeah, Joey Barton, ref's kid. It was amusing in that regard. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I think it's interesting in the way they did it, like you said. It was an original way of doing things, but
I've got a fun story about something happened. I know this guy's not any of our favourites, but so Stephen Fodder of PCW was running a WrestleMania party where some of the guys from the show he'd done that afternoon, that evening, were there watching WrestleMania with him, including Rene Dupree, who famously was the youngest WWE title holder in history.
Yeah.
And apparently, when Nicholas came out and won the title, Fodder just started ripping Rene Dupree, like turning around going, ah! And the next day, he spent the entire day reminding him that he no longer was the youngest WWE title holder of all time.
and then Mark Haskins went on Twitter and was like,
What did he say?
I've worked for all my career and now they just hand a title to a 10-year-old.
and then deleted it.
And then Travis
right,
Banks'
yes.
response was quite good.
Mark Haskins, I'm going to swear and I'll put
Go
some
on.
money in the jar. Mark Haskins, when you got your big chance in TNA, you shit the bed. Well done, mate.
Travis Banks
Skins
tweeted
off
him
of the
saying,
chavs.
saying, it's all great now, Nicholas, but as soon as you start defending that title, they'll turn on you.
Lots of memes for Nicholas the next day.
Yeah. Good moment for kid.
Yeah, he's going to be the most
Yeah,
popular
right,
kid
yeah.
in school.
Exactly, yeah. Can you imagine if he actually does become a wrestler now?
Yeah,
Right.
that'd be.
Surely he's got a job for
Yeah.
life. Don't matter whether it's with WWE or anyone else. Like,
So, like in 20 years' time, when we're still doing this podcast to 20 listeners, those same 20 listeners are gonna be really like rooting for Nicholas to.
yeah, because he'll be the future's James Ellsworth at the
Yeah.
very least.
You really think we'll triple his figures in that amount of time?
And now we come to the main event. It's nearly 2 hours into our show.
Let's talk about just how, like, what the proper reaction is to this match.
Right. Do you know?
What?
Well, it turns out it wasn't a good idea to put Roman Reigns in the main event. Who knew? Apart from everyone. You know who did know?
Go on.
Brock Lesnar. Do you know how we know he knew? Because apparently after this match, he went into the back, threw the belt at Vince McMahon and swore at him a lot and said that he was annoyed and embarrassed to be out there.
Apparently Shane had to get in between them.
Oh, genuinely, this was fantastic. Did you see this? Shane,
yeah.
no. Shane didn't have to get in between them, Daryl. Shane chose to get in between them,
'cause
and
he's
apparently
solid.
was ready to fight Brock.
Yeah, but thing is though, right? In all seriousness, if somebody solid were starting on my dad, like even if I knew I were going to get beat up, you would step in though, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but
you won't because your dad's harder than you.
Yeah, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'd be like, go get him, Dad.
I'm staying out of this. I know what it's like.
I'll stand back here. Oh, I'm not sure I'm allowed to do that, Dad. Oh, God, I didn't even know a spine could bend that way.
I reckon your dad. Who would win in a fight between your dad and Brock Lesnar? Your dad fights dirty.
My dad's allowed to whack him in nads. My dad wins every day. Every day. If Brock's not allowed.
What's that knife called you carry on your sock?
Ski and do.
Yeah, I bet he's got one of them, but he just sinking him.
He would do, yeah.
Yeah, and his
Stick a
diverticulitis.
blade in you.
Yeah, and his diverticulitis. Have that.
Oh, don't lump my dad in with Lionheart.
I heard that.
All right, sorry, but it's call my dad Lionheart.
His dad's not.
No, his
My dad's
not
harder
like
than Lionheart.
Here he is.
Lionheart, if you're listening, my dad'll fight you. Right, bring it on.
that.
Right,
My dad's tougher than your dad.
My dad'll batter your dad Lionheart. I'll put my belt on you. He'll put his belt on you.
Anyway, enough of Dadcast.
Can I still want us to do a Dadcast one day. I mentioned that before. I still think we should do it at one point. It'd be fantastic. Yeah. This was.
If we want to do a Dadcast, I don't think we can because I think my dad would lose his job. Like, because he's worse than me.
Oh yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Can you tell the story on here about how he proposed to you?
Well, yeah, I don't see why not. Like, so
For it.
they're sat having a romantic meal in the late 80s, and my mum, famously in our family anyway, wears a load of jewellery like Mr. Bloody T. But she don't black up. She just like she is racist, but she just wears like chains and rings and stuff. But like she didn't have because like she's traditional like that. She didn't have a ring on her wedding finger. So they're eating a meal or whatever, and my dad just looks across the table at her, points to a ring finger, and says, "Do you want a ring for that finger?"
Yeah.
And 27 years later, here I am.
There you go. It's
So-
the same way that Kurt Angle proposed to both his wives. Do you want a ring for that finger, love? Karen and Janet. I love thee in a way.
Karen got a shout out in Jeff Jarrett's speech just after Kurt Angle.
Yeah, I know it's that. Not his dead wife though. She didn't get a shout out.
I wouldn't bring a downer on speech.
Well, I didn't
do you?
kill her. Right. See,
Yeah,
I got
so
it back.
This match, let's bring it home.
Bring it home.
I
won money.
Brock battered him.
I won money.
What did you bet on, mate?
I put £30 on over 2.5 Superman punches on Paddy Power, and that was at odds of 3 to 10, which meant I got £39 back.
How do they decide for what half of a Superman punch is?
It means that
Basically
if
means
because if
does
they
he do
put
three?
3, then if it's the whole thing of is it equal to?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
they do 3.5. It's like with
Over
goals.
2.5.
Okay.
Fortunately, I didn't go for over 4.5 because he only did 4, even though he did 5 on the Raw before.
Oh.
So I wonder if someone was looking at the odds and going, I ain't gonna let you only do 4 and no more. 4.
Vince must have loads of cheeky bets on.
Definitely. Get him on.
Yeah.
Definitely. As soon as Paddy
Well,
Power and anyone
Apparently, with
like
this one, even the referee didn't know the finish.
Yeah.
That was the story going around. That
Yeah.
apparently the referee just got told to count it like a shoot
Yeah.
because he wasn't told the finish. They kept
Cracking.
it quiet again, like they did a few years ago.
Yeah, well.
Brock
it makes it
Lesnar
interesting, doesn't
is undefeated at WrestleMania in New Orleans.
it? In New
Check
Orleans.
that. You know why? Because they're having a rematch in Saudi Arabia. Wonder why that might be.
And
So after the match-
it's in a cage, so
Yeah.
Brock Lesnar doesn't have to job.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's so Afa's not ringside telling Roman Reigns he's disappointed in him.
That was a real thing.
Yeah.
After the package, after the video package.
Yeah.
The WrestleMania video package have returned, and you know how
Yeah.
much I love my video packages.
Yeah.
And then after that, they went, and here's Roman Reigns still. Look how sad he
Doing the
is.
sad Charlie Brown
Don't you
walk up
feel
the ramp.
bad doing the Johnny Storm pop? Oh, wait. That's not a pop. They're throwing rubbish at him.
So, I don't think we expected this, did we?
No,
We all thought it was a foregone conclusion, and it turned out it wasn't.
we did. We really did. And it
Yeah.
wasn't. I wish I put money on Brock now. Always put money on Brock. Always bet on Brock. Imagine if you bet on Brock against Undertaker and bet on this. Always bet on Brock.
I know how superstitious you can be with these things. Now you've said it. The next time you will put money on Brock, and then he will lose.
I'm never going to put money on Brock now that I've said it out loud.
Yeah.
I never follow my own advice, and my own advice is always terrible.
He elbowed him at Ed. Did he quite a bit?
Oh yeah, he busted him open
did.
again, didn't he?
Yeah. Get sympathy in it.
It was when he was after he took the gloves off and he threw those punches. The first one is the one that did the damage, and then after that, he didn't even connect. Like you could tell, he's like, no, first one did job.
Yeah.
What I like is he took his gloves off, but he didn't punch him. He elbowed him.
Yeah.
He sliced him with elbow.
Yeah.
And then also, if you're going to throw punches at someone, he's an MMA fighter. He should know. He should have kept the gloves on because they don't protect the guy as much as they protect your knuckles.
Yeah, Brock.
Yeah.
We've got Dan, the MMA man here,
Yeah.
so bring it on. Who are you in MMA, Brock?
I'm just saying,
You've
before
only
gloves
won
are
the
introduced
UFC
in
Heavyweight Championship
boxing,
once.
there were no deaths due to brain injury because no one threw punches at the head because heads are harder than knuckles.
Do you even fight, Brock? Do you even fight, mate? Bring it on.
Now he does what he did to Mark Hunt, just mauls people.
Dan will fight you. What? To take steroids?
No.
Takes steroids and mauls people.
Sorry.
Still undefeated, still undisputed, Brock Lesnar. let's not start with this.
All right, okay. I don't want to start with Brock Lesnar.
So at the 2 hour mark, shall we go to a second break?
Yeah, let's do this. Yeah. We got shows after Mania to talk about, haven't we?
Yeah.
They'll be quick, I promise.
We Are Niche is a gaming, film and wrestling news-based website that aims to bring together fans from all across the world to learn and talk about their favourite aspects of nerd culture. Specialising in opinion pieces, top 10 lists and any other fun ways to interact over our favourite genres, We Are Niche aims to provide you with enough stimulating content to actually make you want to stick around and become part of our fun community on the edges of the outer rim and the internet. That's www.weareniche.com or on Twitter @weareniche.
Paige here. Welcome back to the Royal Grumble. Oh, and I completely forgot to say, by the way, congratulations or commiserations to Danny Glover.
Why? What's he done now?
Well, whilst we're recording, he's asking his girlfriend to marry him, but I don't know how it's gone. So we'll find out. Either, right, you can cut this or change it. Congratulations, Danny, or never mind, Danny, there's plenty more in the sea. Everything's fine. No, I think it's going to be fine. Congratulations to Danny Glover.
Congratulations.
That's his girlfriend.
Congratulations, mate. And that.
Congratulations, mate. So, Raw, SmackDown, they're both events after WrestleMania. Everyone's having fun. And sometimes they're going to cheer and boo the other people and look straight at the camera, and the commentators are going to tell you this to the face.
Yeah, so we've mentioned most of the things. There's only a few bits we've got to talk about with this, I think.
Yeah.
Debuts.
So, debuts is the big one. Well, first of all, let's start off with the actual opening of Raw, where Stephanie McMahon came out with an arm in a brace.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay, I brought the best out of Ronda Rousey, which actually was a pretty good heel promo. And now we're going to work together. And Ronda came out with the Ronda smiley face, and then she went into the Ronda mug. And she took the brace off of Stephanie's arm and made her tap out again, basically broke her arm a lot. That was good, wasn't it?
Good stuff.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, because Steph's going to go on her holidays now.
Yep. It's that annual holiday she has around this time after she takes her annual bump.
I thought she'd have fired Kurt Angle before and installed the double J Jeff Jarrett, but a bit disappointed.
Hopeful that, innit?
Yeah.
Paige, in a way, very selfish to retire because she ruined Jeff Jarrett's chance of being the SmackDown GM, didn't she?
Yeah.
Selfish.
Paige here.
Oh, in sync. Right, let's talk about the debuts on Raw. Speaking of Paige, the women, the new women's champion, Nia Jax, had a tag match against Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. And they were like, oh, you're such a bully. You're not even going to have any mates. You don't have any mates to tag with. And who was a mate to tag with?
Ember Moon.
Ember Moon.
Do you know, with the debuts, do you think that they ruined them a bit?
What do you mean?
So, with Nia Jax, she introduced Ember Moon and then a music played. So, like, she kind of got a pop when they said her name.
It's the Pete Dunne announcement, isn't it?
Yeah, and then with No Way
It's
Jose.
not as bad as that.
Right.
No.
You're going to laugh at this because it's No Way Jose. But with No Way Jose, they said before the break, there was like, coming up next is No Way Jose. And they've already shown his conga and everything before he came onto the
Have you
screen.
noticed what I wrote up there?
What?
I wrote No Way Rose, as in Adam Rose, as in it's the night after WrestleMania, so let's debut Adam Rose. I mean, No Way Jose. They're the same thing. And it's going to have the same gimmick life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's No Way Jose.
So
No.
there's no way he's getting over. Booyah!
Jose. No.
Got him.
Way. Jose.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, he does have a nice
Jose.
tune.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
When they're gonna bring Cassius Ohno up because he's got a good song.
Yeah, they're not going to bring him up, are they?
He has got really good
The only way they bring it up is they get a reinforced car to bring him up.
I mean, he did spend all weekend at Access facing indie superstars.
Is that his job? Do you think?
Yeah, it's, yeah.
He's the guy to put people over.
He's the WWE's indie farm out guy. They're like, well, Progress, if you want to work with us, we'll give you Cassius Ohno.
Well, there was definitely no way he was at Raw because he got murdered by Walter on Sunday. So we talked about Walter murders people. Yeah, it was Walter versus Cassius Ohno at Access on Sunday.
Yeah,
so did Walter turn up? Walter turned up to Access and said, "I need a victim." And Triple H went, "Fatty, get your gear on."
Like, Fatty, get that baseball shirt. It's a basketball shirt. Whatever, Fatty.
And then Walter thought that
Have you
he
not
called him
shaved
Fatty,
again?
so he took it out on Cassius Ohno even worse.
Yeah.
Come on, Chubster. It's the Jobby Fonster. Yeah, no way, Rose. Not going to do anything. Nothing.
Authors of Pain.
Right. So
I thought these were going to be on SmackDown.
Yeah, could have been. This could still be. Don't forget it.
Oh yeah, Superstar Shake Up.
Superstar Shake Up. It's not a draft.
Shake it up.
Shake it up, shake it up, shake it up, shake it up. Oh, Superstar Shake Up's next week, isn't it?
Yep.
We'll make some predictions on that towards the end. Just because we need more content for this show. This 2 hours and 5 minute show. Yeah, so they came out with Paul Ellering, didn't they?
Yep.
Beat Heath Slater and Rhino very quickly, and then they did go. I quite like the way they did it, actually. Paul Ellering goes and he does his little fist thing forward, and then as they walk off, they just do the fist to leave Paul Ellering behind, and that's it.
Yeah, there was a promo on WWE.com. Well, it was on the YouTube channel, but I don't think it was on TV.
All right.
And it had one of nameless blokes interviewing Authors of Pain. Hey?
One of them's real name is Jism.
No, one of the nameless
He's talking about
announcers.
yeah, I realised that shortly after, yeah.
Interviewing Authors of Pain. And they said something about the chapter of Paul Ellering is left behind.
Right.
Paul Ellering came in, he's like, what are you doing? I make up all the tactics. And then they made another book pun and left.
Okay.
So I think Vince is eventually going to turn them into librarians. That's my fear.
The Authors of Pain. Shh.
You're making too much noise.
Big Dave was having a go at this.
Why?
It was like, why even bring Paul Ellering out in the first place? Now, I guarantee you, right? If Paul Ellering hadn't been there, why wasn't Paul Ellering with them? There's no explanation where Paul Ellering went.
Yeah.
Get your stuff sorted out, Dave, all right? You can't have it both ways. Why even bring Ellering out in the first place? Because you would have moaned about it.
Yeah,
That's why they
you'd
did
have known there was no continuity, wouldn't it?
Conti-flippinuity.
Well, now there is because they've gone, we left him behind.
Why would you bring Paul Ellering out just to leave him behind? I don't understand. But then you don't understand human emotions, do you, Dave? You don't understand what...
Have you seen the Mark Zuckerberg
Sexual
stuff this
abuses.
week?
What? Yes, he's all broken, isn't he?
Yeah, he's basically Dave, isn't he?
He is. He's like Dave if Dave had invented like a social network, but then Dave doesn't understand the word social. So, although he does understand how to use Twitter and tell everybody that reading would be their friend.
But there was one more debut on Raw. It was a re-debut.
Yeah, return. Welcome back.
Do it,
Bobby Lindsay with a sweatband.
Yeah,
Is he wearing a sweatband in TNA?
Yeah.
I don't like the sweatband. Get the sweatband off him.
What's it for?
Exactly.
It's a sweat.
Yeah, but he didn't have it before, did he?
What's his finisher?
He sweats more now.
Well, it used to be the Dominator.
Yeah, but then remember he couldn't do it after a while, and then he changed the Dominator. They called it the Dominator, but it was just the Braun Strowman Power Slam, so that's why he didn't do that. So one of his moves was the neck breaker, and one of them was a suplex. What's his finisher? I think it's going to be the jackhammer. Genuinely. But I
It
think...
used to be a spear, I'm sure it did. Didn't it?
Oh,
used to be a
yeah,
spear.
that's right. Everyone has a spear. Yeah, but it's not going to be the spear, is it?
Yeah, it could be spear and jackhammer.
Oh, I don't think they'll do that. That'd be too
So
far.
he's gone from being Brock Lesnar to being Blackberg.
Blackberg.
Don't be racist.
All right.
It's been an hour.
It's been 2.
Yeah.
No, genuinely, I think he's going to be the jackhammer, but for the purposes of this crowd, if they'd had him do the jackhammer, obviously everyone just trying to Goldberg at him. So he'll do that long stall thing for the suplex, but he'll turn it into a jackhammer from next week onwards. That's my prediction. SmackDown.
Not many debuts.
Some people returned, though. Samoa returned.
Oh, yeah, Samoa Joe returned and ripped Roman Reigns to bits. That went well.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns did a weird shoot promo, didn't he?
Yeah, I didn't
Shoot
understand it.
promo.
I didn't understand it.
That's because it didn't make sense, Daryl, mate. Because it didn't make sense in terms of the context of actual wrestling shows. But in the sense of, shoot, it was, Brock, they had me do the job, and I didn't know I was going to do the job. That's basically what he's implying. He was like, all day no one would talk to me, and then Vince McMahon wouldn't look me in the eye. He's basically implying, they changed the finish and didn't tell me. And then he goes, but all I know is if they keep putting me in a title match with Brock Lesnar, sooner or later I'm going to win the title. Almost implying that, if they keep booking me in this, sooner or later I'm going to go against the orders and I'm going to win anyway. As if that was going to make the post-WrestleMania crowd go, yeah, you're smart, you're cool, we like you. It's Roman Reigns.
So in that work shoot, were they implying that Reigns said he'd have him in a real fight? Because that's something I'd pay to see.
Yeah. I would pay to see that as well. I'd pay more than $9.99 a month. Definitely. Or free, which is the current cost. SmackDown. Can we talk about SmackDown now? Samoa Joe, yeah.
Jeff Hardy came back as well.
Oh, yeah, Jeff Hardy came back as well.
Yeah.
Had a little 6-man tag match with Finn Balor and Seth Rollins against the Miz Taraj.
Yeah.
Do you think the Miz Taraj are going to be done soon?
Yep.
Yeah, if they're turning Miz kind of like babyface-ish, then yeah.
Yeah, I think they're going to be done soon too. But Jeff Hardy looked all right, didn't he? This is proper singles Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Had a little interaction with Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt called him Brother Nero. That was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Good. Little callbacks.
I wish they'd do his entrance music, where he had the ones with lyrics in it.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I didn't like that as much.
Oh, okay.
I like that they differentiate the two entrance musics. No, it's fine. SmackDown. Can I talk about SmackDown now?
Yeah.
Iconics with 2 eyes.
Like Riot with 2 teeth.
Yeah, Riot. Yeah.
Yeah.
The E-Connects. I-Connects. It's Peyton Royce and Billy Kay in it.
Yeah.
They're Australian.
Yep.
Great bunch of lasses.
Yeah.
They're all
I
right.
think they got new boobs.
One of them definitely did.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the other one already had them.
Okay.
One of them definitely genuinely just
Yeah.
recently had implants.
Yeah.
It showed. But they beat down Charlotte, didn't they?
Yep.
And Carmella cashed her money in the bank in. How do we feel?
Yeah. It's a bit of a...
All this week I've been thinking Carmella is rubbish. Like leading up to WrestleMania, I've been wondering, is she going to cash in? And I decided she wasn't because I just decided Carmella is rubbish. Carmella, right, is Eve Torres. Carmella is Kelly Kelly. Carmella is not even Trish Stratus. She's one of these women who, when they had no women, they went, this one's all right though, isn't it? Look how less bad she is compared to the rest of them.
I've just thought about what they might do.
What?
They could literally have a go to Asuka and say, I did what you couldn't do. And then Asuka kicks her in the head and beats her for the title.
I'd take that. That'd be fine.
Yeah.
And then you can have Charlotte chasing Asuka, even though Charlotte beat Asuka and Asuka's never beaten Charlotte.
Surely in the
What happened?
shake-up, they moved Charlotte to Raw.
Why? She's
Ronda.
been on Raw. I'm not saying you don't, but
yeah,
why?
for the Rousey match.
But that's surely at WrestleMania, isn't it?
But it's the
Yeah, but if they're not going to do another shake-up before then,
We'll just have one of them win the Royal Rumble.
you can get her
but
involved
then
in
one of them's got
Sasha
to have the
and
belt then, don't they? You got to put the belt back on either on
you can
Charlotte
get her involved
or
with Sasha
give it to
and
Rousey. Do
Bayley.
you want to give the belt to Rousey?
Do you really want Charlotte back involved with Sasha and Bayley?
No. Do you have to
No,
have
but
him
that's what
with,
they'll do.
You don't
Right.
have to have him with him.
I think Sasha will go to SmackDown. Straight up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're done with the Bayley thing now. I think it's run its course. I suppose Bayley could go to SmackDown.
But then if you want to send Sasha to SmackDown, then Charlotte's going to be messing with Sasha on SmackDown.
Yeah, but not both of them together. I don't know. It's just like, all right, fine. All right. It's been 2 hours and 12 minutes, Daryl. All right. I'm done with your nonsense. All right. You're right. What you said was right. Well done. You've won, Red Shoes. Well done.
Thanks.
Daryl wins the podcast. There, you can
So-
cut that. Never mind whatever potentially racist thing I said earlier about accidents.
So we mentioned earlier that Paige is now the SmackDown GM.
Yep.
Because Daniel Bryan is now a full-time
Paige, yeah.
wrestler.
Yep.
And the main event that Paige made was AJ Styles versus Daniel
It's
Bryan.
the Flat Earth feud.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about how you think the Earth is flat? Do you want to talk about how your
I-
feet are flat? Well done, AJ.
I don't think the Earth's flat. I just think they make some good points.
There's some interesting stuff out there. Direct quote. AJ
Oh.
Styles. Brian didn't care, did he? He thought we were going to get sacked. And now he's wrestling.
Do you still think he's going to leave at the end of his contract?
Still think he might. I still
Yeah,
think there's a
it's up in the
chance.
air at the moment.
I still think he might. But
He wants to
I
get a
think
Nakamura match at least.
if they have him if they don't give him the Nakamura match, but they promise him at WrestleMania, he'll resign.
Yeah.
He will. I think the more he wrestles week on week out, the less likely it is that he'll leave. But I still think it's possible. Because remember, Okada's not in the WWE, is he? Tanahashi's not in the WWE. All these guys, and Cody.
John Jacob Jingle Hammersmith isn't in WWE.
That's the end of the Royal Grumble for this week.
That's a nice reference.
Is it?
Yeah.
Even if
PWG.
Yeah, good. Even if you say so.
Him and
yourself.
Kenny Omega.
Yeah, he's talking about himself now. Do we have anything else to talk about?
I actually don't know.
Well, we didn't mention the fact that amazing match started but didn't get a proper finish.
Good. Yep.
Because Nakamura came out and beat them both up.
Yep. Nakamura's whacking. Keeps whacking him in the nads, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's like, whack, yeah. I'm the artist. And
And
by
then-
artist, I mean the ball whacking artist.
A great backstage promo with Renee Young, where Renee Young asks him why he did the stuff, and he, in just the most mocking tone, I'm so sorry that I hit him in the balls.
She's like, you're being disingenuous. He says, I know speaking English.
Yeah.
Well done, mate. Already a better heel. I'll say that much. Already a better heel.
I did feel a bit like Vince wrote that promo for him.
Right, superstar shake-up. Very quickly. 3 names that go from one show to the other. Don't care which direction. Daryl, who goes from one show to the other?
Kurt Hawkins, Zack Ryder, and Jinder Mahal to Raw.
Dan, could you come up with 3 names that people care about?
2 of them, I think the bars go in,
The Bear. Yep.
and I think the New Day might come the other way.
Well,
Because
come
of-
back again after just a year.
Yeah.
I think the Usos are coming back to Raw. I think Sasha's going to SmackDown. And I'm going to say The Miz comes back to SmackDown.
What day's Miz and Mrs. on? Is that on the Monday?
I don't know.
Surely you want him on the show. What's the lead in or whatever?
I don't know.
Either way.
I don't know where anything is anymore. This show's gone 2 hours and 15 minutes
Yeah,
long.
let's go home.
We're,
Well, I'm home, but-
we're nearly as long as WrestleMania at this point.
No, we're not.
We are. Well, okay. Right, that's it for the Royal Grumble for this week. Yeah, don't forget to go to facebook.com/Royal Grumble. Don't forget to go to twitter.com/Royal Grumble Pod. Don't forget to check out, thank you very much for hosting us, to our friends at weareniche.com. Lots of interesting wrestling talk over there the last couple of weeks, as well as stuff about video games and movies and other things like that you can find on weareniche.com. Don't forget to go to twitch.tv/Royal Grumble. Send us an email. royalgrumblepod@gmail.com. Daryl, you're looking spaced out. Is there anything else I need to talk about?
I should go to bed, mate.
There you go. In which case, you need to say goodbye, Daryl.
Goodbye, Daryl.
And say goodbye, Dan.
Paige here.
We'll catch you again. We'll catch you again next week. Paige here.
The Royal Grumble Podcast. He's fertile. Remember that.